There's a golden cup we're going after, but we are going to get some bats.
We're gonna do what? Oh, hey, we're live, everybody. Welcome to the internet. Yay! We're on the internet. Yay!
The internet.
Yay! So we're Soulforge. Yay! Hi, Soulforge. So I'm gonna go around the corner,
So exciting.
and on my right is everyone's favorite. I guess he's our drunk elf. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's Unsultan C.
Hi.
He's bringing his natural wisdom to the game. Usually he's a bystander. Now he's going to be thrust into being
I know.
a main
I
character.
have to actually be a character now.
Because we decided he's terrible at GMing, so it's all up to me.
Wow.
On my left, TV Sean. TV Sean is playing Tobias Rex. He is our...
resident stuck up.
Are you a cleric or a paladin?
I'm a paladin sorcerer.
Paladin sorcerer, so he's going to be
You know,
doing
like
all
a-
of our arcane whoozits.
Sorcerer?
Yeah, I do a whole bunch of arcane whoozits, and with only really using one spell.
Yeah. Yes, yes, a spell. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you were just a straight paladin, but
Oh no!
obviously I'm not familiar enough with the D&D system.
And then to his left is Daniel Robinson. He is playing Marilla, last name unknown,
Sassafras.
Sassafras. I didn't know that
Sassafras.
because I'm not the GM and I don't keep those kind of notes. He is a rogue.
I don't think
He attacks from
Daniel keeps
behind.
those notes.
He attacks from behind. Anyway, so yeah, he's naked Dragon Man playing a mandolin.
Hanging out in the ladies' pool. I am
Playing
a
with
lady.
kids. Playing with kids.
Yeah, and he's in the kids'
And
pool.
Shmi is smoking like a chimney. Now, the plan you guys said was you're going to rest up here, take advantage. Do you want to do anything?
I don't want to put on a show. I'm not really in the mood to play a show here. I'm pretty upset.
I don't think there's anything we need except for maybe intel for the region we're heading. That's about all I can think of.
It's true. Well, maybe we can talk to the frog guy because I mean he's dealing with a lot more people than we are now.
Well, I was actually thinking of going and talking to the guards because they're the ones that were the warriors. They'd have a better idea of what's going on.
That's true.
So
I'm cool with any of those. So who wants to go where? And right now, you guys are all naked, including Shmi.
done. I guess.
And
Well, I mean, this is a place where you generally nudity's a thing.
Yeah. I guess if we're going to talk to guards, I'll grab a bit of the pouch, you know, some of our stash.
Shmi,
Go
just
and-
eyes you as you do it.
Just
each of us
what?
put a few flakes back.
I'm like, just one or two. Just one or two. But my whole point is then I can go outside and smoke and talk to the guards.
Alright.
The dragon
So,
Bore's eating it.
Yeah, so doing that. Yeah, actually, I don't even know. I just kind of put it in my lip, and then I kind of use my own fire breath to kind of ignite it. So I don't even need to roll it up into
All
a
right,
cigarette.
Marilla likes that.
You
She's
know.
alright with that.
It's like
She doesn't
chew but
see
not
it.
chew. You're just like
Yeah.
burning it.
Yeah, I'm
inside
just slowly burning it. It doesn't do anything, you know. So yeah, so go get dressed, go out and talk to the, just hang out, talk to the guards, just about the region we're heading. If there's anything they know that direction.
All right, so the guards, they look at you, they regard you. You know, they're like, "You going to Thunder Tree?"
That's our plan.
We haven't heard from them for years now. It was like this all the time from what we hear. I mean, not all of us were alive back then. Marissa was. She looks. She's older. You can tell.
Alright.
So you know, but
I give the I wouldn't have noticed and give her a wink and just keep it.
she kind of like.
It's slightly
She's like,
playful.
Cycle true.
I'm married. Great.
He doesn't even like acknowledge. He's more like wink and it's okay.
I've grand poles.
Granules.
It's so hard to tell your guys' age.
You all look the same. No. So they're like, yeah, it was a bristling town. We had good trade with them, from what I hear. But then, nothing. And if you scout around there, no game. Just whispers and shadows.
Quiet or lifeless?
Your pick.
Okay. Well, I guess I just meant quiet as in like no activity, or lifeless as in there's nothing alive.
You every now and then we don't venture in there much. It gives off a bad vibe.
Understood.
Generally not good. And most of the buildings you can see were destroyed by something, and we don't want to see what that something is. Something that can destroy a town isn't like.
Yeah, you're not there.
No,
Say nothing.
I understand.
But
want to harm your
no
people.
game. There's no reason to go there. We were mostly here for hunting, and now all we do is guard the weed bog.
Wait a second.
You're not
Sorry,
there.
I'm not
You're not
here.
there. Like, well, it looks like that's going to help your people out quite a bit. So, and then I don't think they really have any other information. I can't think of anything to ask. So I'll just some more pleasant conversation as I finish this, and then I just kind of just have a good evening. And
Yeah, and while you're doing it, people come in and out, so you can see they're kind of checking, making sure people look like they come out with more than what they went in with, hopefully. But if not, at least they brought all their goods with them, or they went in, same thing. Just seeing what people have on them, what
Right, I mean,
what threats. But they're you can tell they're kind of being nice to you, but they're not like 100% engaged with your polite conversation.
Yeah, no,
they're
no.
working.
But at the same time, I can't think of anything else to ask them, and I don't see why they would lie to us. At least that's what I'm assuming. I'm looking.
Yeah,
for
you don't think they're lying, and they definitely kind of like, oh, if you want to go, that's the road you take. This way, it's going to curve around. It's rough because it's been decades.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how good the road's going to be. It gets pretty rough.
Right. No,
obviously not as good as the road.
They don't care because it's nothing that's about them. So at least that's the sense I'm getting. Okay.
How many female frogkins are in the ladies' area of the pool?
In the ladies' area?
Like what type of races am I seeing?
You would say that there are less frogkin in the pool than last time.
Okay.
I think a lot of it because they're working now. Trying to keep everything busy. But at the same time, there are a couple.
I was gonna say I can't.
There's a few. So I don't know, 3 or 4. Most of them are the random Philandon, mostly humans, right? Because that's what Philandon has. But there's like an elf woman you can see.
Yeah.
Well,
Marilla.
And obviously the mines there. So there's a couple dwarvish women.
Okay. Marilla leans back and says, "What's the place we're headed to?"
Thunder
Tree. She just kind of closes her eyes. We're headed to Thunder Tree to find the brain cup. You just sort of
welcome to gaming with Dan.
That's it. She just says that.
He gets results.
That's true.
You don't.
Do I see anything like my?
So the 2 dwarves kind of look at you and you're like, brain cup?
Yeah, she doesn't say anything else. Just pretends like she's relaxing.
They're like, so you're going to Thunder Tree?
Huh? Oh yeah, we were thinking I headed to Thunder Tree, checking it out.
Yeah.
Some good
Any
investment
advice?
opportunities.
We hear the property's cheap.
Yeah, when a dragon blows a town down, the property gets pretty cheap.
Oh, there's a dragon, huh? You guys want to come?
To a dragon?
Yeah. How would you kill a dragon?
They're like, well, let's put it this way. Not long ago, some of our cousins ran into a group of drakes in a cave. At least we think they did. Because one came back screaming, talking about little dragons. The rest of them didn't come back.
We've got a medium-sized dragon with us. So.
Well, you have a dragon man?
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Anybody
at
else?
least you have somebody who speaks the language.
Is that true? I don't know D&D well enough to know if you're joking or not. Dragonborn?
Does Marilla ask that
You
question?
should know.
Yeah.
They kind of giggle.
I'm a halfling.
You all look the same to me.
They're
Are
like,
you a dragonborn?
they're like, if you ask the dragonborn, yes. Though we haven't talked to enough dragons to know if the dialects truly match up, but that is the idea.
Well, we'll let you know.
Finding out shortly. Yeah. You said there was music.
Yeah, so you know where there was food,
Yeah.
and you can kind of see it, but you know, obviously it's walled off because the dinner entertainment isn't naked people. So,
Fair enough.
so
Oddly enough.
you could think that there's a band playing like dinner music, but nothing like super great.
Mm-hmm. Do they have anyone playing drums?
Yeah, there's a little beat because I mean, like the Froggen are a little more tribal, so I mean, I would even say it's probably fairly drum heavy even.
Oh, nice. Unsalton's starting to feel the beat. So he's just gonna start heading that way. I'm assuming there's a frog like maybe with a towel or something. So just gonna take
Yeah, he hands the
stuff
towel
around me.
and then points towards where the lockers are.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I'll get my stuff out of the locker, get my drum, and just kind of head over to the bar area, into the stage, and just kind of nonchalantly start playing along with it, trying to get the beat.
At first, they're like, "All right," because you're kind of a paying customer, so they're not like super can dissuade you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all like,
Tribal jazz.
yeah, it kind of is, but you can tell they've kind of adapted it to be philan. They have humans and random dwarves, right? So they're trying to adopt how they play music to what people expect.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they're like, and they see you, and they kind of, and they have a thing. It's not quite a pan flute. It looks kind of like just a hollowed out twig.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flute-ish. Mm-hmm. So very, very much like soul fords. They're very flute and
Drum heavy.
With a whole bunch of mandolins backing up.
Yeah, it's
With
I
double
play the drum
mandolin.
corps.
So, yeah, and then so they're gonna kind of try to like push you off stage, but then as they look past you, and then they decide they're just gonna let you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, feel the beat.
Do you want to see what they're looking at? Do you care?
Nope.
Okay. So the consultant's over there. Shmi, I don't think cares that much about anything. So he's just literally going to smoke himself and soak into like a giant prune in a corner somewhere until they kick him out.
All right. Merle's gonna go to the bar just to get some food.
Yeah.
She will get dressed.
They won't let you out unless you try to. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like same thing. So they're
I'd like to see him try to stop me, but I'm not really interested in that.
you see a woman dressed in a robe. She hands you a towel.
All right, I wrap the towel around myself and head to the bar to get a
And
sandwich.
but she points you towards the lockers.
Yeah, I'll head to the locker. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Do I
Okay.
still have that fancy blue dress?
She also mentions that for 15 gold you can buy one of these robes.
Oh yeah, shoot. Are they soft?
Oh yeah. Well,
The Marilla's pretty stingy, but she wants a robe.
all right. So when you put it on, it looks like it's kind of like silken, kind of. And you can see like the logo that was kind of like stamped onto that giant pouch.
What's the,
Has
the
been-
same logo?
Yeah, it has the concentric rings. You can tell it looks supposed to look like the hot springs, and then it looks like a really bad picture of Grumps, kind of like.
Pretty good souvenir. I'm pretty excited about this. Okay. Yeah, I just take the robe to the restaurant then. I'm not going to
Yeah, that's fine.
on.
They don't stop you.
Sure.
They'll even point to some some sandals that you can go with it. They're super excited now. Now you're
Yeah, sure. How much are the slippers?
just a couple gold, so 17 altogether.
All right.
They're pretty cheap.
Together, sure.
They got the logos stamped on the tops where you put your feet, but they're pretty much just wood with leather straps.
I would like that, as well as a large glass of warm ale and a liver,
Oh, you're British.
liver
You
and
want
onion
that
sandwich.
You want that British warm ale, do
I
you?
want the warm ale and a liver and onion sandwich.
They 100% oblige.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're at the bar.
Now, do I see why the other band members were? I assume everyone's getting
Roll
into
perception
it.
because you're not sure because
Okay.
you weren't here when it happened.
Right. I'm assuming they just recognize them from Soulforge, but I mean, we're pretty well known apparently.
Kindred spirits, man.
Yeah. So
Oh.
perception, that's a 19.
You see for Grumps back there. So if you were to think why that happened, they were probably going to shoo him off stage, and then for Grumps probably like
Yeah, he's like,
gave him a signal or something.
Can I go over to for Grumps And,
Oh,
just
absolutely.
hang out with him.
Yeah.
All right.
He has like a little table, like it's almost like a manager's table.
Sure.
So it's not like for food, but he kind of,
He's all right with it.
scoots
Is he
over
like
and kind of
annoyed?
gives you a little. It's not like you take that much space
Sure.
anyway.
Okay.
Of course, he doesn't take that much space.
Doesn't know how much food I ordered.
Right. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll just sit
I'll
down.
put on his tab.
she's like, "How can I help you?"
I'm just enjoying the music. We're headed to Thunder Tree.
I heard there was
Well, the word spreads fast. That's not good.
It does. Yeah. Ever since the rumors are the dragon took over.
Is that verified? Like I know I heard that a dragon.
Well, generally when there's rumors a dragon comes to town, you don't verify those rumors.
Gotcha.
You're right.
What can you? I mean, what was Thunder Tree known for?
It's just normal trade. I mean,
Just a trade town.
yeah, it's just a little town off the road. Much like the place that used to sell wine around here. That went, they had their normal harvests of things.
Not known for anything in particular. Any money to be made if there wasn't a dragon there.
They gave us a lot of money.
Okay.
They seem to like our facilities. But then they stopped coming, probably because they ran for their lives, the ones that did live.
Okay. Myrtle stops talking to him. She's still pretty annoyed with what's happened to the place, but she'll sit. She's going to sit with him and eat her food.
And he's
fine
welcome to
with that.
oblige you. But you can tell he's kind of scanning, making sure people aren't too drunk. He runs a family joint. He doesn't want this to be like...
Okay.
He's not looking for a hootenanny.
Marilla jumps up on stage then. After drinking 2 things of warm ale.
Are you going to try to be playing along with...
Yeah, I'm going to try to up the tempo.
Okay, so you're going to try to control the tempo? I'm going to make you roll a performance for that.
I-
If you're just playing along, it's fine. But if
No,
you're going to try... If you're
I'm
going
gonna try to-
to try to control the tune...
I'm going to try to get a hootenanny going. That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay.
And so I've got my headband on.
And while-
No, I don't. Shoot.
No, you
While he's rolling.
You feel very comfortable, though.
Yeah.
All right. So performance is that's a 20.
That's
I've got
20.
I've got +6 to performance.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so at 20, you
I'll
speed
get
up.
this party
And,
raging.
and the band, so as soon as you got up there, he's like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's a local celebrity. She can go up and play, especially since she's known for playing the flute. So, yeah, that's
It
fine.
only helps.
Yeah, right? So, go for it. And then, things are picked up. Some people are tapping their toes and little clapping going. Nothing big, but you can tell people are now not necessarily focused on dinner, but they're now focused.
All right.
On
Marilla
you.
stops playing for a second and yells 10 gold to the best dancer, and then continues playing.
Whoa.
So-
Starts dancing.
Okay. A lot of people don't. There's not really a dance floor.
That's fine.
Right? There's nowhere. So
Dance on the tables if you have to. Marilla's still in her robe.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have time to change.
obviously.
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 So a couple people start dancing, but at this point, they're all kind of like white people dancing.
So
At this point, I've come in from outside. And I'm like, oh, what are they doing? And I just go and get something to start getting something to eat. Kind of, because I don't have my instrument with me, so I haven't joined in.
This is more Marilla being annoying because she's annoyed.
Yes.
So after a little bit, all of a sudden you see Grumps kind of do a weird hand motion, and there's a little ribbit. Just a little ribbit. And the other people are like,
Okay.
and just like that. So one of the flutists and one of the drummers are like, well, we're going to take 5 for a little bit. We'll see you.
Marilla keeps playing.
Did I win?
Technically, he did.
Marilla does not answer on Sultan. She's going back to ignoring his existence for the moment.
So in the back here, Blake Devil went down to Georgia. And where's that really handsome half-elf guy?
Right here.
Do I recognize the voice?
No, you would...
No.
No, you don't.
No.
Man. Okay.
So yeah. Oh yeah, Soul Forge. Except for like, there's two of you.
Yeah.
We're just the forge part of.
Like the soul.
They're like,
I keep playing until I don't feel like. Yeah, Marilla keeps playing.
At this point,
That's
you know,
fine.
I've gotten a little bit of food, maybe a drink, and I just kind of go over towards our frog friend. And I kind of do that whole like pretending just to talk to him, but a little bit louder so the people around him can hear. And at this point, you know, like I'm assuming they kind of know who we are. I'm trying to butter them up with like, you know, you've got a great place here. It's always a pleasure to come, and doing that sort of thing, trying to soothe out any sort of feelings.
he doesn't have any sort of feelings. He's like, oh yeah,
Okay.
thanks for coming.
I hope he's at least a little bit annoyed.
No, people are now drinking more. That's fine with him.
Yeah.
They're just bringing like there's people at the bar
Yeah.
now because
Just
now
hoping to
it's
keep
gotten
them
to
on
the
our
kind of
good
bar.
side of it.
Now
Hey, it's
people-
a great place.
they're
Make
just
sure
like-
the people hear me.
the barmaid just has like the whole like 6-pitcher grip and just like slapping them down.
Marilla orders a few more sandwiches to be sent to the room and then heads to bed.
Okay, you get there, so he motions when he sees you leaving, and you see like a very, I guess like you said again, another attractive female. She's gonna be like a hostess, I would guess you'd say.
Still a
Is she-
frog though.
Yeah, still a frog. And she leads you to your tent, you know, and like
That's right, we're glamping. Okay.
And she's like, you know, it's a pretty small tent. You would probably guess it's like there's a parent's tent and a kid. So it's like, because I'm guessing they're separating you because you're a woman, you know, from where we're going to be sleeping, I think is their thoughts.
It's not a halfling thing. Okay.
Well, it's kind of both. One, you don't need that big of a tent, and two,
I'd like one. I'm still a person's a person, no matter how small.
but you only need so much square footage.
Fair.
Hey, to a frogkin, it's a pretty normal sized tent.
I'm sorry. It's not your fault, baby.
So,
It's not feeling
but so there's a
much
bigger
tonight.
tent next to it where you're assuming your compatriots are going to be
I
escorted
asked.
to.
My compatriots are going to be escorted here?
That is the plan.
Okay.
Is that not acceptable?
No, that's fine. I flip her a copper. And,
Oh, thank you.
yes.
It's not really necessary for you guys. I mean, you've done so much for us.
I give her a silver. I tell her, just take the tip.
So that happens.
Okay.
Shmi stumbles in. I mean, just
My tent? Into my tent?
no. Later, you see Shmi. He's being led by somebody else.
Okay.
And even though he's been soaking in warm water and effectively like bathing the whole time, it just smells like he's been living inside a bowling alley. Not that you know what that is,
Right.
but you know, like.
I wish I'd gotten a different tent. Okay.
But anyway, Shmi kind of smells like that
Yeah.
anyway because like, he just smokes a
I was
lot.
gonna say,
But he's like amped it up, you know, and he's not even smoking right now, and you swear you can still see red coming off of him. You know, like
It's filtering out.
it's just filtering
Yes.
through his skin at this point,
Sweating
and his
smoke.
pupils are like the whole of his eyes.
Boy, is this something we should be concerned about?
Starting to worry about it.
Well, at first I thought it was an NPC,
Intervention.
but now I'm kind of convinced he might be a mini boss.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought
Interventions.
that you would be the one with the problem, but we might have to do something about
I'm a functioning.
it. You're a high functioning.
High
man.
functioning.
There's no function for Shmi at this point. I mean, he used to be the face, but now that I can't talk to myself the whole game, so that's not going to happen.
Marilla's gonna sleep until room service gets there with her sandwiches.
Oh, it didn't take long.
Yeah, alright.
Like it almost followed you there, right? Like sandwiches are like easy.
Marilla then lays down on her, I'm assuming she's got a cot or something.
Oh, it's
on
a
the ground.
very nice
Okay.
cot, and the silk that they made the robe out is what they made like your
Okay.
sheets and your cot out of. Like it's like
This
this is like
quality
A plus
place.
plus
Oh.
here.
Could I have asked to have my stuff brought to my tent?
It already was.
Okay, perfect.
Once you left with just the robe, they assumed you weren't going to go to the locker, and they just put it in your tent.
Marilla removes the robe and slippers and sets them aside. She doesn't want to get them dirty. She gets in bed with the sandwiches and sort of eats them while laying on her side.
Okay,
Yeah, and then falls asleep.
that's fine. Just crumbs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just gross.
Every now and then at night you hear a little squeak, squeak, squeak. Some of the crumbs disappear.
Yeah, it's fine. Too.
So anyway, so Shmi's in the tent.
Yeah.
She's in the tent.
Yeah.
What do you two do? Once Marilla leaves, though, the group that was taking 5 makes their way back to stage.
I just a few more drinks, a little bit of food, and I'm just calling it a night because I'm think we're prepping for the things.
Yeah, Sultan's gonna do the same. He's gonna sit and enjoy. Every once in a while, he kind of taps on the table to kind of match the beat. He really wants to talk to the drummers, just to learn some of their tricks.
Do you want to? I mean, you could probably pull one of them aside.
Yeah, totally.
I would let that. I mean, if that's what your character's going to do.
That's what Sultan wants to do. He wants to come to this tribal jazz. He's
like
when he's hearing.
It's part of our tradition. You stay here a couple weeks. We'll show you how we.
Sultan's going to do that. I'm going to roll a new character. See you guys later.
So, like, anytime you're here, yeah. I mean, obviously we're playing now, but
yeah, but
totally, if you have free time, you can totally come and
I will totally understudy under you. I've understudied under.
But they do show you a couple things. Not a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like just like a couple, like how to use your palms a little bit. You know, like not use the whole drum instead of just the one part of the drum.
And so just hit it hard.
Instead of just hitting it super hard, like different parts of the drum make different noises.
I always wondered why you just go da 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 da.
But just basic stuff.
Yeah,
but if you were to come back,
might pick up some more. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
awesome, man. And so I kind of walk off playing the drum, like he taught me.
And for hanging out with them, like, oh, you know what? Since you're kind of one of the tribe now, here you go. And what you get is it's like a frog-shaped pipe.
Oh, that's going on the sheet.
So, and on it,
I'd steal that.
you can't read it, but there's like a gold filigree that says something on the pipe in Frogkin.
I'm going to ask about that if I have any chance to see it.
It's up to what he does.
Yeah. Oh no, we'll see what happens in the morning, but I am going to try to.
But anyway, yeah, so you, it's a very nice pipe. He's like, we only give these to tribe members, but you've done so much for us and you're interested in our music. You can have this.
I play the pan flute.
But you tried to control it.
Man, this
They're
is
my
great.
tribe now. I'm not part of theirs.
Sultan just like picks the guy, the frog kid up, just hugs him. Tribe buddies.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
But
so
then-
happy.
Yeah.
So he's beating his drum.
They probably
Heads
do that to all
back
the
to the
kids.
exactly. The little novelty ones.
It's like, here's your wings, kid.
But looking at it, you don't think so. You think that this was handcrafted by some.
Nice. That's awesome. My campaign's done. I'm out. Characters, man. All his goals.
So if you guys roll in there, it is a pretty big tent that Shmi's in already.
Mm-hmm.
He's still kind of smoke, like there's still some smoke coming off in the corner, but you know,
My tent's on fire.
there's a giant bed, which I'm assuming they must have put like two beds together, you know, to try to get his girth under control. And then the two elves apparently got smaller beds, elfmen. So
Well, I mean,
So
if we
just
do
like
have
that.
our gear, if nothing else, I've got a bedroll. I'll just be like, oh, this is great. And then when they're gone, because the cot's too small, I kind of push it to the side and put it.
like I said, they did a pretty good job. Like
Yeah.
they obviously knew who they were. You know.
Yeah, that's
Same
true.
thing
Just
with
take
the
a good
social
night's sleep.
like,
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to go
barn
sleep
for months.
outside, you know they're not going to stop you. But at the same time,
it's
They tried.
They did a pretty good job.
Enough to at least try a sleep.
This will be your first good
I
night's
would,
sleep in
regardless.
the
I mean,
campaign.
they got enough beds together that it's definitely big enough.
nice
And
in
it's
though last time.
softer
Didn't
than.
you stay in the barn?
No. Well, back at the not in.
Okay, yeah.
Neverwinter. Yeah, no, the other way. Screw them. They're really jerks.
I'm a frogman now.
Frogman. Glamping for life. Anyway, so
Maybe I
overnight.
should get that as a tattoo. You know.
So overnight, you think you hear a chant, and then, but then
Your logo.
Oh, nice.
you got to put that in the thing so people can see it.
So that's on my
That's
slippers
the frog
and robe.
That's on the slippers and robe. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So overnight, you think you hear a little chant, and then not a lot of rain, but just a little rain pitter patters to help everyone sleep, probably. And you wake up, and everything just has like a nice glistening of dew. You're guessing their druids must have done a little bit of a rain chant, just for the people. Not like a big rain, but just like a drizzle, just
And it helps all the
pitter-patter.
plants every night.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah, no.
Keeps the bog full of weed at the right levels.
Awesome. Impressive.
This is good. Good spot.
It's their crop, you know.
Gonna wake up.
They do grow it.
All right. All right.
They probably don't even hide it. You know, like it's a
This
past.
is not a secret.
I mean,
Except Marilla
they're
thinks-
selling it to you, so you assume that they have a
Except
farm
Marilla,
somewhere.
Marilla thinks it's a secret.
What's their
I
secret?
mean, they are guarding it, right? Like it's now their cash crop, so it's not like
Guys.
Yeah.
But
That's what I found out.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just all something to wake up, stretch. He's been naked throughout the night, so
Shmee's used to it.
it's fine.
Yeah. We're all used to it.
Like whatever. Shmee gets ready. He goes to the baths, but he just does the bucket part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to wake up.
Muriel does not.
Yeah, Anselm goes into a bath and just lays, or just does the dead man's float for a while.
Desalu's just been hanging out with the cart, right?
That's all she does.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to her?
Maybe she'll give me a driving lesson.
If he's floating in the pond, you
Yeah.
guys have time. She'll
Oh,
take
yeah.
you around the bend a couple times.
Sure.
Take her around the bend. That's it.
Just
No,
around
no.
the riverbed.
Just around the boggy bend. See, it's a different word, so it's totally not copyrighted, and I can sing
It's
it.
fun. Yeah, it's a parody.
There's no way they could trace it back.
So anyway, yeah, that's fine. So she gives you a quick lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she writes on a little board. You know, you're holding the reins wrong. Hold it like this. You know, like
Okay.
just normal
How
stuff.
much in the way of supplies?
I'm enjoying hanging out with Desalu. Does she want to get a bite to eat? I know she doesn't do much, but they have really good liver and onion sandwiches.
She writes down like, I'm not supposed to leave the cart long, but you can bring it here.
Sounds like a lot of work. But yeah, she'll do that. We'll
Okay.
buy
Yep.
a sandwich.
She says thank you.
I forget exactly how far away they said Thunder Tree was from here.
You never. Oh, they told you where it was. And it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah,
it's like
they
a
were
half
talking.
day.
Okay. Because I'm just wondering if we want to pick up some more supplies than from what we technically.
You know, and honestly, they don't have a lot of normal supplies here. They have something.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely go to the bar and pick up
Sandwiches.
normal breakfast food to take with you.
Oh yeah.
right?
Well, I'll grab something to
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
Heck, you might as well pack a nice traveling lunch and have something.
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than
that's
rations.
that sort of thing. But they're not
Yeah.
going to have like bed rolls and air. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
this
That's
isn't a
the
general
supplies.
store.
No, I
You're
was
gonna get-
just wondering if you needed more food, not
You can buy
anything
two
else.
things: food or three things: alcohol, food, and weed.
That's a good point. I don't think I
Also very
replenish
nice
my
roads.
flask, so I'm going to see what kind of whiskeys they have and replenish my flask. So I
You
got-
know, you wouldn't be like super excited about their whiskey selection,
okay.
but you can tell that they must be paying Tolbin or somebody to bring over what he had. So if there's anything you like from his, they have the same sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'll
Just
find
slightly
something.
more expensive, but for you, they're giving you a discount.
Yeah, I'll do something that's like, oh, that's not too bad, but it's not super amazing, but at least I can refill the flask. I don't think I did that when I was in Neverwinter.
I think if they have a gift
So.
shop. I mean, they sell slippers.
Yes. So there is like a little stand, and you can see robes of various sizes and the slippers.
Do they have any pipes? Maybe decorative ones.
So you do see pipes,
All right.
but they're all like. It's like somebody just took a piece of wood and jammed a hole in it and painted it red with the frog logo on it.
Sucks. Mine's actually not. I ask Anselm where he got his pipe.
I'm part of the tribe, man.
Can you make me a member?
It's not for me to do. It's the tribe needs to decide.
I thought you were a part of the tribe.
Well,
How many
like
people-
I said, the tribe
How many
needs
people
to
made you
decide.
part of the tribe? Was this like
You know,
a
many.
meeting or was it?
There's a couple initiation things you
Can I
gotta
have
do.
the pipe?
And
I'll
so-
buy it from you.
No, it's not. It's not something you can buy, man. This is something that has to be given to you.
All right.
You have to earn it. You
I
have
go
to be
talk
brought
to
in,
one of the
part of the tribe. Well, no.
warriors.
Let me
I go
stop.
talk to
Let me
one of
stop
the
you right there.
warriors. Can try.
Hold on. I can tell you how to get your pipe. And so I point to there's kind of a muddier part of in between two of the pools. And
Okay.
you have to like roll around in that and be completely bathed in it.
I don't believe this. I would have to roll
Hold
to
on.
not believe.
You
this.
roll a
Yeah,
deception, and then you're gonna roll a
I don't
counter
believe it at
deception.
all.
Oh! Roll your 20. If you can roll a 20, I'll let
What
you.
a waste. So deception. All right, I've got a +6 to deception, but that was a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. It's got to be a natural 20. Oh
Oh,
no.
close.
You think he's telling the truth?
I will eat you. All
Do
right.
you want to?
No, it's okay. I just don't know what happened to my pencil.
So I just have to roll around in the mud.
Yeah, well, that's like first step.
Okay.
You gotta get in the mud. And
Well,
then,
how much did you have to? You one night you became.
Well, it's a whole process.
All
man.
right.
I started the process last time we were here, and you
I
know,
don't know.
to
Okay.
completion, right? So first mud, and then there's a bunch of tree leaves that have been fallen from a tree. You gotta roll in those, right? Then you gotta hop around the perimeter of the place. I ain't making this up.
Morel is like doggedly stubborn when it comes to trinkets. So she's going to do all that.
Do you just robe first?
What?
Because it's by the hot springs where you're starting. So are you naked when you're doing this, or
Well,
explain the
okay.
scene?
Do I have to be naked?
Well, you don't want to get your clothes.
All right.
Muddy, right?
Roll disrobes and rolls around in the mud and puts the leaves all over her.
I take her clothes and go hide them.
roll like a stealth check.
Stealth check. That's a good check.
No,
That's cocked.
Jack, do it again.
It's still jack.
Do it again.
Whoop.
What do you have?
16 plus 6.
So you're doing this, and
22.
you probably are wherever your clothes are. So I'll let you roll a counter with your stealth.
With my stealth?
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
I would
Probably
like to roll stealth, not perception. That's a
No,
4.
you don't see it at all. but who does notice all this is the frog people. So they'll talk, and they know you're kind of popular now, right? Like they're kind of like, so they go, and for Grumps comes out, and you can tell he kind of like walks up to. Was our ale too strong?
I was
I was
led to believe I was a member of the tribe now. I would really like a pipe. Like on salt.
So he looks back at Unsalton, if he can see Unsalton. Where are you at?
I'm in one of the pools.
And you're
right,
drinking
something
pipe. Oh, that's not actually a tribe pipe. That's like a family tribe. But that's the frog bottom group.
I would like a frog bottom pipe.
Well, I'm not part of that family. We don't have pipes. We actually we make little like staffs.
Could I have
We're-
a staff?
Well, that's no.
I was allegedly. Alright, Marilla goes to look for her clothes, and when she notices they're not there, she's walking into one of the pools. She's not showering anything. She's just gonna go wash off in a pool.
Nobody says anything.
Okay.
But he was kind of So he's kind of like watches this naked small lady walk off. But he's run a hot springs for a long time, so it's not like he's like scandalized by it. He's like, all right.
The moment Unsalton falls asleep, Marilla's going to try to steal that pipe.
Sorry.
So now what? I don't have clothes.
Fine. And Salton kind of giggles and
Yeah,
they're
Unsalton.
up in like a tree.
Alright. And Marilla goes and gets the clothes and is ignoring Unsalton. Unsalton's entire existence.
Okay, so while this is happening, Shmi's been just in his normal spot. He's next to Desilu.
Mm-hmm.
They're chatting as quick as you can with one person talking and one person writing.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing super exciting there.
Mhm.
They're just kind of
There you
talking about going to Thunder Tree.
go. Okay.
Shmi's not super excited about the idea that people keep talking about dragons anytime somebody mentions Thunder Tree.
Yeah, it's troublesome. Yeah. Well, Salton gets dried off, gets dressed, says, "Time to go."
Shmi looks over. That is a cool pipe, man.
Thank you. I'm part of the tribe now.
Marilla's fuming.
So as you go, you see like the one of the female guards, two different guards for obvious reasons, morning guards.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, "You're one of the family." They pat you on the back as you walk out.
Marilla
I
is
hug
pissed.
them gently.
And so the pipe, when you smoke on it, she looks at it and she says, "Do you know what the blessing says on
Oh
the
my
side?"
gosh.
No.
It says, "May your sight be ever green." And
I'm gonna smash that pipe.
and so when you're smoking it,
Mm-hmm.
an hour after you smoke, you get a +1 to your perception.
What? Maybe we could all take a puff on it after like an hour before we get to see any dragons or anything.
So yeah, so it's only for an hour. You have to have a good puff. It's not like you have to have time to smoke it.
The peace pipe.
It's kind of like a ritual, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like hiking ritual.
It's my
My precious.
Green, yellow, brown.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. You want to go fishing with me? What happened to Salton? He gave me a birthday present. I ate him.
I've eaten elf before.
Exactly. Yeah. So thank you. That I'm happy to be part of the tribe. I hope to live up to the code and ethos.
And she does a better job of explaining that it's not necessarily a tribe thing. It's like
Oh.
like a member of that family.
Family? Well, yeah.
Stop saying tribe.
Well, I don't have much of a family, so I'm happy to be part of yours.
You can come back whenever you want.
Man, it's great.
Marilla slams the door to the wagon shut and just sits in there
Right in front of my face.
holding her sandwiches.
Yeah, for those who don't know, our wagon looks kind of like a Humvee.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a
Honda
Honda
Ridgeline.
Honda Ridgeline.
Oh, that's right. It's a Honda Ridgeline.
It's got a
Pulled by
cab
horses.
stuff and a little bed back in the
Yeah,
back.
that's right. That's right.
You're
Never
holding
mind.
out 2 barrels of wine.
Yeah,
On 2 barrels of wine. That was the
that's
selling
right.
point.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's how they measure it.
That's a 2-barreler.
It's a 2-barrel, yeah.
It's a 2-barrel trunk
Yeah.
or bed.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to jump in the bed then and have my feet dangle out the back.
Cool. Yeah.
Just
All right,
load on
so-
up.
Mm-hmm.
So Desilu takes off. You can hear Shmi kind of talking to her. He's still trying to figure out why she's all wrapped up and doesn't talk, but he's still not prying yet. He's still just asking little questions. So you guys hear them conversing. And so, does anybody? So it goes for a couple hours. I'm going to need a perception check.
I should do it because
Yes,
my eyes are really good now.
Marilla doesn't acknowledge it, but she agrees.
And I've been doing too much of it. My eyes really burn.
You've kept like the pipe right in front of your face, so the smoke just keeps blowing up as we kind of into the with the wind.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so happy.
Cheers.
you report back. I don't see anything. Like, Sultan's like, yeah, man, the road's all clear. No problems here. And what? So everyone just assumes because he's so sure,
so good at
sure that he
seeing.
does't see anything and that the road is fine. You don't even notice that these big, giant, weird twig things just come flying out of the tree.
It's fine.
Just like vines, like attached to the tree, or like the tree,
No.
or spears, like
No, they look like a twig, but they move.
like
They come like
bugs.
falling down.
Yeah. So they're in a tree, and now they're not in the tree, and they look like they're sticks about to attack you.
And I'm inside the car. Sorry, wagon, right?
Well, yeah, so they're going to hit a Sultan first, because
That's fine.
they've waited for the thing to go past, but now they're attacking the
Dropping
cart.
down.
And he has no idea they're there.
No,
Probably
well, not
ha-
yet.
He's probably been surprised.
He will
You
be
might
very
say.
surprised.
Let's say.
Just a sec. I gotta find.
They gotta be to 15. I'd like to see
said-
him do it.
He wanted me to have the pipe if he died.
If I die, I need you to destroy this.
Hold still, I'm going to shoot the one by your head.
The family. They need me to protect this pipe.
So, what do they need to beat? What do they need to beat? What did you say they need to beat?
15.
Oh, so the first one misses.
Aha!
Second one misses. And the third one misses. But they all land and they're all in. There's these weird twig guys and they're like kind of birdy so they can kind of fly, but at the same time they look like sticks.
Okay.
And they're now in the bed with Unsultan.
Are
And
we
they're like clawing at it and they're like,
Stop
actually,
it.
this way.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I
We
just,
can hear this, right? Like,
Yeah,
Now you can.
Hear a thud. And we're like, what the? And
Stop
looking
it.
back.
So
Stop
I'm
it.
going to need
Stop it.
initiative rolls.
hooray!
In the box, please, or it doesn't happen.
Well, that's good.
Sweet. 2.
3.
That would be a 10.
So what did you? So you had a 2.
2.
3.
2, 3. Good.
And this is where we all die.
What'd you get again?
10. We die from the 6.
You got a
Can't
10.
you, like, do you have a fire breath that isn't, like, huge?
Set our
Like, just a...
wagon on fire.
No, just the sticks.
Yeah, it's not really.
Just the flying moving sticks. Like those on
I'll
fire.
have to look.
You're a sorcerer. You should have a attack stick spell.
Well, I'll have to see if
All
there's
right.
like something that says like control flame spell. So that I can say.
So if I did this right,
Grab
creeps
a
are going to go
bit,
first,
that's
Okay.
then Shmi,
Mm-hmm.
then Marilla. Wait,
No.
Marilla got a 3, sorry. Yeah, I had it right the first time.
Yep.
There we go. There.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Salt and Marilla. Because you had a 10, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Stop
So the creeps are going to attack again.
it. Uh-oh.
The first one hits. Second one hits. And
You
the third
might
one
be
misses.
getting that pipe.
So 1, 3. So you take 7 damage. So they kind of just lunge at you, but since it's kind of a can't space, the third one can't really get his arm in there. But you kind of get scraped. They're not doing like a lot of damage. Like,
Stop it. It's mean. Stop it. Okay.
now it's my turn. Shashmi looks behind, and so he's going to take his movement. So he's going to have to do a dex check here. And he fails. So he's flat on top of the cart. He tries to get up, and
Catches his foot.
but he tells Deslu. So Deslu kind of holds it up. So the cart comes to a stop. Shmi's flat on top of it because he slips and falls. He was going to be kind of trying to be awesome and like come over the top. It didn't happen.
But not this time. Okay.
So now it is
It's
on
up
Sultan's
to us.
turn.
On Sultan's turn. So I'm going to pull out my short sword. And because my longbow is not going to be super helpful here. That is a 15.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. And then he's going to do a second attack. For not 15.
Well, you need 13. I'm just going to tell you that
So
way.
that's not. That's annoying.
It's good to know.
I'm just going to tell you straight up you need a 13.
And then
Makes this part easier.
6,
Yeah.
plus 3, so that's 5 damage. And it is one on the left.
5 so one, it gets stuck on your sword. And,
You're like,
it's like it's not dying and twitching, but it's kind of like stuck. And so when you try to swing at the other one, he's buffeted by the fact his friend's still on it. But he now has slid off, but they're still alive.
Okay.
Good.
So yeah,
My turn?
there's 2. So one dead one.
Nice. That's how it's done, guys.
Hey, can I see out the back of?
Oh yeah, there's a window. 100%.
Yeah, I'll shoot my crossbow. It seems.
is it open?
That's what I'm wondering.
It slides.
Is there going to be any sort of penalty to trying to shoot something like this?
Well,
Like
they
a
did
small-
stop, so it should be okay, and it's pretty.
Okay.
I would say they're half and half, so you could probably slide open the half because you could slide open one half or slide open
Okay.
the other. So you could slide open the half that is mostly twig things.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to shoot the one that's attacking on Sultan, or the one that's closest to on Sultan, with my crossbow.
Thunk.
Do I reroll because you can't see it? It's a 2.
It's not Jack, so I'm gonna say no.
This is all in 2.
Do you get 2
So
attacks
that's a
again?
6. I do not.
Okay.
So I roll a 6, which isn't enough
No.
to do anything.
No, I'm not gonna help you.
I know I got some stealthy stuff.
Okay, so it goes from Marilla, who does nothing, to Tobias Rex.
I'm
Entirely true.
gonna get out because I don't think I can do the cool jumping on top because I have
Well,
a lot worse.
plus
stats
you're
than you.
inside it, so you would take more of your
Yeah.
action to go around to get on
So I'm
top
just
of it
like
than it would be to walk around the back.
opening, getting out, and I'm not sure how tall this is. If I have my sword out to swing, if they're actually like, am I tall enough to where it?
I could
reach
say
them?
you could jam down at them. Like, you're pretty tall, and the
Yeah.
wagon is built so people can put stuff in it. So yeah, if you walk around the back, you could.
Jam into it.
Okay, I will try that and swing at the one that's closest to me from that angle. And just to scare the crap out of them, I'm going to use the green flame. Yeah, exactly. So that which adds. It will attack an enemy within 5 feet of the one I'm striking at. If I
Okay.
hit.
Nice.
Oh,
Let's go.
that's okay. Let's try and keep it in the middle.
No, jacked again.
Jacking box.
14. Okay,
Plus whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You're over 13 already.
All right. So that will be what is it? Well, I've only probably got one hand, so that's going to be a D8. So plus 5, so 9 damage to one. And if there's another within 5 feet, they take 5 damage.
They both die.
Okay,
Now-
yeah,
That's
just
perfect.
in green flag.
Now you are on a wooden cart.
It's a magic. It's a magic flame. It just goes to that one person. So
Okay, so it's a magical flame. So
Yeah, it's just the one person, and then it's
so
gone.
you jam down on one with your green flame, and you just like crush it in half, like, and then half of it just flops over onto the next one, and it catches on fire, and it tries to get away, and it just falls out the back while it's on mystical fire.
Yeah.
But
It would be kind of cool if it could actually work on other things, but I don't think it can. It's just that 5 damage. So.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Good
It's a dead
enough.
stick. Okay, I want to roll perception on these things, and I get advantage because they're a plant.
They're not technically a plant.
They're not technically a plant. Are they a goblin or an orc?
They're goblin-esque.
Ooh. Just want to roll a little survival.
21.
Yeah, so that's 17 or 18.
20. I mean, 18?
Yeah, I get 5.
So you've heard of these before.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely like to go where it's dark and quiet and they can hide among trees. They're called twig blights.
Hate these things. Can't smoke them.
Have you tried eating them?
You can't eat them. It tastes terrible.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, they're kind of like flying sticky rat creatures. You're guessing since there's no people here,
They're just pests.
pests that have overgrown the place.
Okay.
First.
Okay.
So you're about halfway there so far. So you think there's a high likelihood you might run into more of these things.
Okay.
We should probably get inside.
And it's like we're in the day, right? It's daytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it as you're getting closer to Thunder Tree, it's getting more and more overgrown.
Right.
Like, I mean...
But I mean, it's not like
the
Twilight where
the
we
roads
have,
are starting to like creep in on you.
Yeah.
The trees haven't been cut back. So, you know, it's just... It's getting higher forests, deeper forests, darker. He's getting happier.
This is great.
The wood elf is like, yes. Deep trees.
We should
All
do
right.
more jobs in the woods, guys.
Shmi is like, pulls himself up, sees they're dealt with, and like, he just goes back and sits next to Deslu and like, I saw I wasn't needed.
Nope, handled it all. I'm still trying to like get my eyes.
Heck yes.
So you want to roll another perception?
Well, at this point, I'm not
Okay.
going to trust just him to roll. I'll be also one to
we
keep an
can all
eye
roll
out.
perception, right?
Yeah, at this point, well,
Yeah, but if one of you hits a 1,
Yeah.
all the rest of yours are void.
Well, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I should
so
have stolen the pipe. of your perception,
Deslu, she kind of confirms that you guys are all willing to go again.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
she takes off, kind of a slower pace,
Well, okay.
but you know, because she's also looking now.
Right.
But you know, so another couple hours pass, so you want another perception check, I'm guessing.
yeah.
You also kind of know what you're looking for. That's a 5.
6.
That's garbage.
Oh, go ahead. 13.
No ads to that, just 13.
Nope.
19.
Yeah, you think you see some in the trees, some more of them, but you can see that there's still a dead one in your cart, and they've kind of noticed that there's still a dead one in your cart.
Oh, good.
So they're kind of pulled back. You think they're watching you, so they think maybe that you think as a hunter that since they're kind of a packish creature, that if one of you were to split off, they'd probably attack you. But now that they see you as a massive cart and as a group, they're kind of gonna let you pass for now.
They do opportunity.
Just take one of their friends' dead bodies and just snap that like
Yeah.
a twig over underneath.
We'll wear pieces of it as necklaces.
Nope. You gotta respect nature, man.
Well,
Because
Corrupted nature.
you gotta respect corrupted nature. I mean,
wait a
That's what it
second.
is.
Didn't
Yeah.
you kind of kill off something that was corrupted earlier in the campaign?
those were awakened trees. Those
This
are-
seems
those are
like the
different.
exact.
Yeah, this kind of seems like you're just kind of waffling back and
All right.
all right. I'll
Draw my
I'll
bow.
wear its body as a necklace.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just, we're just making the comment that
Yeah.
we're seeing a little bit of,
I really
a
wanted you
real
guys to fight those trees, okay?
So, without you think you can see what's left of Thunder Tree? I mean, again, it's overgrown now. It's mostly shrubs.
Mhm.
You see kind of it seems kind of dirty, but it's mostly shrubs at this point, and you can see where walls used to be of houses. But you're coming up over it a little bit.
Mhm.
People always put things in valleys for some reason, so you're kind of coming down into where it would be, and you see just destroyed buildings. In the back, you can kind of see a kind of towerish thing. So if you were going to head northeast, you can see kind of like where there'd be kind of like what's left of like probably where they had their hall or whatever, right? So there's like a spire back there. And that seems, tower spire sort of situation. So that's the tallest thing, and that seems to be the most intact. There are, you think, some other intact buildings, but just lower levels of them or whatever. But they're all in different states of ruin for the most part. Okay. From what you can see from here. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to investigate more thoroughly once you're in there. Dizlu kind of looks around. Yeah, so she's going to pull over, pull out her crossbow, tie the reins up. She thinks there's some grass here. She's going to go to the horses, and they're going to start eating. You guys are moving on it. She's not pulling the cart in there. She's charged with the cart, so she's not going to get the cart. She doesn't trust it.
We should have asked more questions about Thunder Tree. I mean,
what's there?
Rumors?
I mean, it's just a town
Well,
that was supposedly
it's less
attacked
than
by a dragon.
I mean, supposedly, like, you think it happened less than a generation ago. Like, some of them remember.
Dragons are fickle. They move on all the time, man.
All right. What do we know about dragons?
Just gonna load.
Okay, so where are we at? Like, what do we?
I should have said they have bad temper.
Depends on the dragon.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, yes. That's it. I mean, I don't think we know what type of dragon is what I'd be saying. So until we know that,
let's go find out.
But it's probably not a good one.
So like I said, you are on probably the southwest corner, you would think, of what you can see. I mean, because like I said, you're coming down into it. So you think of the buildings you saw, you think you are coming in southwest, and you think you see the road kind of wind through what you think, and then kind of come out the other way on the northwest, and that would seem to think that it must have been a place you would go through if you're going to go to Neverwinter. You're not sure, but Neverwinter's in that direction, so you're thinking probably if you were to follow this road, it would take you through there, and then it would. Right, it was on the trade route between Philandon and Neverwinter at one point.
Now, you mentioned a spire. Is there like any big building? Like
that's the biggest building. It's like a tower, right? Like it's like a corner of a. Like you can't tell if there's another building attached to it, but you would have thought there probably would have been a hall, and then that would have been like the guard tower or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's probably the most logical place that if there was a dragon, it would be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, if they're in dragon form, they don't have to say in dragon form.
That's dragonkin.
Most dragons can in higher. You're right. We're not that high up. Sorry, I'm thinking too far ahead.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe
I'm
you're
out
a
of my
dragon.
element here. Am I a dragon?
I'm willing to trust the Bahamut.
Yeah.
Shmi was like, all right, makes sense to me.
It's true.
Yeah, that would be my statement. Maybe you're a dragon.
Well, just but you're right. At our, if we're looking at a meta game level, at our level, we're not facing any of that powerful.
Marilla will try to breathe fire, but hope that no one notices.
So as we're going, and she starts to hyperventilate and start getting woozy.
So you guys are going to start going around the town?
Kind of looking as we're going,
Move my bow
just
out.
checking for anything else that looks interesting, or like if
So-
there are other buildings that aren't collapsed. Looking, was it just pure luck, or was there a reason? Like, is it some sort of like armory or fortification or something that could be of value, or is it just
I said, they're in different things to repair. So I mean, if you want to search them, there's definitely things to search.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do. I'm just looking for something that's like more like, that's odd that survived when everything else didn't.
Is there scorch
I would.
marks? Like, is there obvious indication that this town was burned? Right, like that's all we know.
Roll. I mean, we haven't got that far into it.
Okay.
Right. I mean, we're not next to a building.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, we can definitely walk down to a building.
Well,
and you
this
can look for
happened
scorch
20
marks.
years ago?
30 or 40.
30. Okay, yeah. So I mean, I'm not expecting to find large scorch marks 40 years
You might
later.
find some charcoal.
Find something.
Oh yeah, no. Some went down and burned.
You're
But
right.
I'm not talking like grass is all burnt and still wilted
Yeah.
because that's gonna grow
Well,
back.
okay, so Marilla she realizes she's not going to get the pipe. Like, that's gone. So she's latching onto this brain cup. Like, that's what we're here to find.
We're
the
also
brain
supposed
cup.
to put it at our thing and never see it again.
Well, first things first, find the brain cup. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Absolutely.
to Marilla, she's thinking that the most obvious course of action is let's go. She starts walking. She just starts
Are you guys
moseying
going
along.
in
She's
any
not
sort of
running.
order?
She's not running or anything.
Where do you
She's
want
moving
Shmi to
along.
go? So you're moseying along. What do you guys do? If she's marching forward,
Marching forward. Let Shmi go next, and then I'll follow.
okay, and he's bringing up the rear.
You bring
Sure.
it.
Can
I'll
I
bring it
walk stealthily?
Yeah, roll stealth.
I'll be like, you go for it.
Right now, Shmi's right behind you. He's not going to roll
fine.
stealth.
So that's a 12.
Yeah, okay. I'd say for what? Sure.
As far as you know, you're stealthy.
You can pretend you're stealthy at 12. Sure.
All right.
I'm not sure how stealthy it is.
Yeah,
Stealthy enough for me.
Yeah. So
stalking the
as you come in, there's a. Sorry, I gotta go to the right page.
I should look.
What? You can.
What's secret?
Well, let's help you out.
So
It's my book. I know what's in there.
So the first thing you come up to is it looks like it used to be a farmhouse. When you look at it, it seems dim and dirty. Maybe, I don't know. You have to roll perception probably, but it as far as the rest of the stuff you saw from up above seems a little more put together than a lot of the stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look. 14.
14. When you look at it, you're not quite sure, but it looks like something's been nesting in there.
Okay.
Rats.
Snakes. Alright. Sultan's gonna
Drakes.
up against the side of next to the door. He's gonna do some hand signals.
I've already opened the door and looked inside.
But you open the door and look inside.
Oh, I thought that's what we were.
Okay, so if you've kicked open the
Looking at
door,
outside.
I need you to roll. Just roll a d20.
Huh. Ominous.
4.
So you go in, and because you just kick open the door, you're outside, and it's daylight, and it is dark in there.
Okay.
So your eyes don't adjust in time, and so you.
In time. Something like
So,
this.
oh yeah, that's it. What's your armor class?
17.
Oh yeah. You get once. No, not that one. So you hear a clang, and then you're. So you think somebody in the back must have just clawed their friend in the back. Plus, what was it? Let's see. I gotta go back and forth.
What's happening? Marilla's still in the middle of the road, stealthing around in circles, waiting.
Plus
With
three.
cat-like tread.
Oh yeah. So you get hit again.
Oh man.
Okay, so you get hit twice from what can hit you in the door. 4. You take
scream out in pain, or are you too proud?
5, and then another 4. So you take 9 damage.
I go. I just.
And then so when
Ow!
so what happens is you kick open the door, and there's just a and the screech, and then you are just gang rushed by twig blights.
Ow. Twig lights.
Like they just like
That's a lot.
you think one of them might have died because they were in such a rush to get at you. One just ripped his friend's head off.
It was an accident, boss.
Does anyone know what they're afraid
So
of?
we're gonna need another initiative roll.
Fire.
Cast a minor illusion. I have no actual.
Oh, Shmeek, it's a 20.
Alright.
Not that it helps him because there's a big man in the doorway.
5.
22.
8.
Tobias is, so 22.
Yep.
You're just behind Shmi.
We need you to kill them all.
Oh yeah.
And you said 8.
8.
What'd you get?
5.
Alright. And I'll have to roll for the creepers.
Wow.
Okay, this is good.
Good.
The GM's rolling hot right now. The 20 and a 19.
Jeez.
Good.
Natural 20, and then a 19 plus or whatever. So, yeah.
Better than me.
Anyway,
Better than me. I'll show
so Shmi comes. He appraises the situation. He just sees little hands approaching the dragon man.
twiggy hands.
So he pulls out his sword, and he kind of like jams in, and just kind of jams it in past the dragon man. Oh yeah. Let's see. And then he gets to do it again, so he's going to do it again because he can attack twice now. Oh yeah. A couple of D6s. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. So he just jams it in there twice and just kills two of them.
Okay.
So he comes back out and there's just two twig things stuck on his sword.
Do we have an idea of how many there are, or are we just like fighting a horde of them that we should maybe book?
Well, like I said, he didn't, because he kicked it open, his eyes didn't adjust, so we're not entirely sure. Shmi thinks...
What can Marilla see from the road?
All you can see is two big men in a doorway.
Swatting
and now that Shmi's brought it back, you see two blights jammed onto his giant sword.
Marilla suggests that you shut the door.
So Shmi, now that Shmi's in there and looks at it, he thinks there's only 5 of them left.
Okay. She still yells, maybe shut the door. I mean, they probably can't use doorknobs, right? That's Marilla's understanding of these twigs. She's never seen a stick open a door.
They got in there somehow, though.
Yeah, well,
It's true.
she doesn't think that's
I
right.
mean, it's not a terrible.
It fell through the
idea,
roof.
But I think that's all his actions. So
Yeah, Shmi's... Well, technically I can do a minor action. So Shmi's minor action is like, I think there's 5 left. And those 5... Speaking of those 5...
speaking of those 5,
Nope. Yep. That's for Shmi. Nope. Yep. So, Shmi takes 6. And you take another 4. Alright.
okay. So you guys are kind of blocking the doorway. Are there any windows?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of grown over, but you'd think if you were to push aside a grown-up shrub and some grass, and there's some, like, kind of viney growing over it, you could probably push it aside and open the window.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to push it. I'm going to push the window in. Do I see them?
So, with your elf eyes, they adjust faster than the dragon man's eyes.
They're better.
Right, so
Yeah.
you go in there, and you can see the commotion at the door if you're kind of cocking your head open, but you don't see any more visibly at the moment.
Do I see at least one of them?
You do, but you have now moved a bunch of stuff and opened a window.
Yes.
So I'll give you a bonus action if you have something you can do with a bonus action. But you're not going to be able to fire anything.
I'm not going to be able to fire. Okay. That is going to have to be it. Well, I will put Hunter's Mark on one of them.
Okay.
The one I can see.
Okay, I'm up. Yep. All right. I will. I believe there's still one.
Oh, they're all over.
relatively
Like
sharp,
they are like
Your choice.
now that Shmi's standing next to you, they're just like
yeah. So
Getting-
I'm
you know,
pretty
like,
much doing what I did
flying
last
at each
time.
other.
I'm swinging at one.
there's not much space between you and them.
using the green flame so that it'll just leap to whoever's closest. And there's so many, whichever one.
Yep.
One. Oh, but I think I miss because that's
Well,
only
one's not a D20, and the other. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
that's it.
damage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're
That-
right.
that-
That's not
I
a
rolled.
D20, reroll.
Yeah. No. So that's only 11.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah. So nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Can I see anything? Like, has the light illuminated the room enough? Like, I didn't burst into the room or anything.
Well, you're still back at the road a little bit. Like that's where you said you
Yeah.
were.
Can I
So-
see anything, like, with the light shining in?
I mean, like I said, you're pretty small, so you're
Yeah.
below us. So you see these creatures
Okay.
brushing up against Shmi. You're like
Do I have time to hide behind one of you, or is that not?
they are not paying attention to you. So I'm saying because that's part of your skill anyway,
Okay.
is to hide behind big creatures.
Okay.
There are now 2 big creatures in a doorway.
So I can sneak attack then and get.
I would say
not
that's-
sneak attack.
Yeah. That'd be sneaking, so you get advantage on the attack.
Sneak attack requires advantage or
Okay.
someone to be close. But what am I thinking?
They're definitely close.
Okay, so what am I looking at that I need to gain advantage? I have to hide behind something.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
you're allowing me to.
as the
Okay.
GM, I'm saying
Sure.
you're already kind of hiding behind us, and then because you're a halfling, you can
Okay.
move through us anyway.
So I'm gonna attack then.
Yeah, that's enough.
You can roll again.
I don't need to hear the plus. That's fine.
Okay. 17. All right.
So,
Okay, so I attack with my crossbow. That's 1d8 plus 1.
That one's dead.
I probably can only attack one, huh?
Do you get 2 attacks per turn?
No.
No, I think
do
it just
not.
stacks with the sneak
and
attack.
he doesn't have any AoE.
Yeah.
Can I also roll my 3d6s of damage?
You
I know I
can.
don't need to, but
You roll whatever you want.
I just want to really murder this thing.
all right. You guys go ahead and continue.
All right.
I'm gonna find another d6.
You know, so here's what happens. You slide in. I mean, they aren't looking for you. These are not smart creatures.
Surprise!
They see 2 very dangerous things in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
That are, and so you just come sliding in underneath Shmi, and you just do this.
I go.
Yeah, and it like seriously just comes up and through the other side. You know, like so from your angle, all you see is now.
Yeah. You've
You
split the arrow.
you can put your hand up there and now use this blight as a puppet.
But you should.
Right, like there's enough of a cavity for you to get your hand in and just move it around however you want. Run away, guys! Anyway, so
Does it
Shmi's
work?
turn.
Roll deception.
Did I fall for it?
Performance.
Well, that's not a D20. Okay. Oh, jeez. So
Yeah.
there was 5. He killed 1, or no, he didn't kill
No, I
1.
missed.
So there's 4 left. So Shmi gets his 2 attacks, but one of them is a natural 20. You can look at it if you want. So
I'm not gonna argue.
So
with that.
they don't have much health, so Shmi's plus on his sword is enough to actually kill it. So he's thinking about. There's no reason for him to roll damage. So one, he just kind of attacks, bats it out of the way, and the other one he hits so hard it hits the guy behind it, and it just. You've ever seen a water balloon explode, but with blood? You know, it's like a bad
I have not
schlock
seen
horror
that,
movie. It's like the bad
No, I
It
want
mini
to.
TV series. Like it is just this explosion of blight guts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
they got
the
blood.
force of it, like, because he accidentally hit it with the side of his sword instead of like the.
So you just exploded.
I just punted it, hit it, and they hit each other so hard. So that took care of 3 of them. There's 1 left, and he is just like.
You slapped one to death.
I slapped one into his friend, so the two of them combined
The
just
force
made
of
a
it.
giant explosion of blights. And so
yeah.
now it's this one last blight's turn,
Okay.
and it's not like I said. They're not smart. They're like wild animals, but at the same time, it just wants to run away. So I'll give him an attack of opportunity.
Sure. We'll just go for it. 13.
13.
Yeah. For 11 damage.
Yeah. Okay. 13's enough.
I'm like, you jerk. And it's not even like a really hard one. It's more like wham. It's like, why
So,
you
yeah.
just split it down the middle? Like,
With your smite damage too.
No, I'm not wasting the spell slot.
So
Right on that.
so yeah, you just kind of.
Yeah.
Right, and it just kind of,
Yeah.
and it just dies. So now you're just in this farmhouse. It seems quiet. Does anybody want to roll an investigate or a perception?
Yeah, I'm gonna
investigate.
cast light on my sword so we can just see in here.
2 of us can see just fine.
Yeah,
I think.
what are you talking about?
That investigation. Where'd you go? That's an 8. I don't think that's gonna cut it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I'll search this place.
Yeah,
Why
you
not? You know. So, but I'm only getting a 6.
I got a 5.
There's so much guts
here,
in here.
guys.
That's
I mean,
all we're
this-
seeing.
This is a CSI crime site.
Yeah, like you guys so destroyed these crappy little blights. Like all you see in this farm, it just
Blight.
I think we're ready for a dragon, guys.
like it's just guts and smear.
Uh-huh.
You rolled a crappy one. Does anybody want to roll perception investigate to go with that? Because he didn't find anything.
We all
got
did.
worse than me.
Yeah, 8, 6, and 4.
Okay, so Shmi will roll his.
Yeah.
He's a -1. It's
Natural
great.
20.
Nope. He gets a 7.
That would be funny.
So
Just constant.
you see eggs, and like
No,
you think what you think are with the eggs. I mean, all of you are terrible apparently, so you have no idea. But you see these little ball things. You're guessing those are light eggs. It's just a farmhouse.
Okay.
There's a little doll you find.
No.
Like it's like somebody made it, like a
Not
homemade
interested.
kid's doll.
I'm gonna take the kid's doll. Ragdoll.
Yep. But
Okay.
farmhouse.
This is the best campaign ever.
So I'm going to cast
Ragdoll.
Not a pipe.
Cure Wounds on myself to get a little bit of hit points back.
Can I stand next to you while that happens?
Did you even get hit?
The last in the.
Oh yeah. But okay, you good berries?
I can. But
Okay.
I'm holding on.
Okay, so that's 6. So 12 points back.
I'm physically touching him while he does it. Hey, buddy.
Well, while he's laying on hands himself, you just get in there, so his hand touches you by accident.
Let me get in on this.
We got back rubs. Come on.
We're making a train.
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you don't see any more, but you can think that maybe they were nesting in here.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it was covered on. When you get to if you try to go up the stairs, you notice that the roof
Mhm.
isn't there.
Mhm.
So that what would be an attic is now the roof. That's leaking pretty bad.
Alright. Marilla continues marching on.
So you're going down the next
Towards
place.
where the
Anything
brain
about
cup
the egg?
might be. You
Do
can eat one
you
if
want to investigate the eggs? You can try to investigate the eggs.
I want to investigate the eggs.
Okay.
One, curious. I don't want any of them hatching. That's 17. And I'm
face
also
hugger.
wondering, how delicious they might be.
It's a valid point.
What did you get?
I got a 17.
On how delicious they might be.
Wow.
You pop one open and look at it. There's a
Yeah.
little itty bitty twig blight still, like in like a weird.
Sack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
you look at it and you're like,
Bad at all.
no.
No. Okay.
You're like, even if you stewed all these, it would be a no.
This is gross.
So Unsalton's gonna break the rest of them.
Yeah, just crack them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uncharacteristic.
I'm gonna
Yeah. Again, wondering why well, we're up there. It's like, no, don't do this
You
or
guys
that.
made a good point, so I'm
Okay.
taking care of it now.
Okay.
When they're defenseless and
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm starting to think that maybe you're not the sociopath.
That song's getting a little dark. Hey, you think that Weedy's smoking himself crazy?
smoke my
You're
pipe.
filling your pipe with the blights.
yeah. So, okay, you guys are just gonna march on.
Yeah.
Marilla is, yeah. Marilla
Yeah.
I'll
will-
catch up.
So yeah, Shmi will catch up. So if you're going down the road, you see another house kind of coming up, and it is. Oh yeah, it's just like a little. I don't know. You would think the guard might have been here. Like this might be the guard's entrance for this
Okay.
road. But as you come up, you see like maybe. You remember you were talking about.
Yeah.
Do you remember any remains?
Uh-huh.
So there's kind of this black charcoal stuff on the ground as you're walking. So you think that maybe there was also a house, like an extra barracks attached to the side or something,
Something
that doesn't
might have
exist.
been there once.
Mm-hmm.
And either between being burnt down and now ground down by 30 years of weather, you are now just walking on like a fine black.
Like soot. Oh,
Soot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're walking on soot, guys.
Do we know any other signs that we would look for? I mean, we're pretty
yeah.
sure it's a dragon, right?
So if you're getting close to this tower, provided you're getting close to it,
Yeah,
you think you see a little light in the window of this one.
The light. Okay. I like
Not
it.
tower. I mean, sorry, building. This guard
Okay.
building.
Alright, for 1 minute, I'm going to use one of my spell slots. This may be unwise, but for 1 minute, I get to sense the type of creature within 1 mile.
Ooh.
What?
Within
Of
a
any
mile?
creatures?
I would like to sense if there. It does say sense the type of creatures.
So you get to pick or what?
It's just the type. If they're
What's
what,
around?
What creatures
Oh,
are around?
okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay, and there's no roll.
Apparently not.
Okay.
I just spend a spell slot.
I'm fine with that. So you think directly beneath you there are ash zombies.
Beneath us.
We've dealt with that before.
Good. Good. Okay.
or soot zombies in this case.
Naturally.
You think there's probably a lot more of those stupid twig guys, just lousy with them.
Yeah.
And you think it's something humanoidish. So it's definitely humans, or you're not. So, and there is indeed a dragon.
Okay. So I'm kind of like doing the sense thing, walking along, going.
But the ash zombie thing is just like an alarm in your head, like ring,
lights, humanoid. It might be a dragon. Oh, and by the way, there's soot zombies underneath us.
I hear that, and I just start moving, trying to move from what I could tell away from off the ash.
So as you ash, your little hands start poking up, and these creatures are becoming corporeal.
Marilla starts spitting, trying to dampen
It really works this time.
So as you do that, you guys are all gearing up. You've done this before. He alerted you to it before it happened.
Can we start like stop?
So, but as this happens, you see a man, an older man, and he looks like a druid, and he says something, some sort of spell, and a big blast of water comes out, and all those zombies just.
Ooh, make water.
Yes, I would like that. I could make some water.
Does the water cover us too?
Yeah, you get a little wet, but
wet?
not too bad. It was mostly focused on zombies.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think I did that. Did you do that?
I love this.
And, so and he's standing in the doorway of that building I was talking about.
Oh.
Marilla waves.
Visitors. Are you more of those dragon cultists?
Well,
No. I hide some of the things.
And he looks. I see you have one of the dragon Vulcan with you.
are you part dragon? Marilla's not making. Marilla's more here to listen to what this guy is.
So he's asking you, like, are you dragon cults?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I've killed too many of them to be a dragon. Being a dragon cult.
I'm good. I quit organized religion a long time ago, so not my thing now.
So what are you doing here then? I mean, there's some whack jobs that decide that, hey, we're going to talk to a dragon. That seems like a really good idea.
So
but
you're saying
guess
there's
what?
a dragon here.
Guess what? They go to talk to the dragon. Do they come back with a dragon? No.
What
You'd
are
be
you doing
amazed
here?
how many times we've been in that position.
Are you a dragon cultist? What are you doing here?
He's like, listen, long ago as a child, I was positioned, it was my first, and I swore an oath that I would protect this city. He's like, and I've been here ever since, doing what I can, washing out zombies, killing stupid twig blight nests.
Yeah, they suck.
You chipping away at that dragon too?
Laughing at dragon cultists, mostly hiding from the dragon. I mean, he hasn't been. I haven't seen any side of him for a while. I mean, obviously, I saw him when he came in. Everyone saw him at that point for a little bit, and then they didn't see him because they didn't see anything. And then, anytime you have a dragon, weird crap follows him. At least that's what I gather. I mean, this is the only dragon. I mean, how many dragons do you deal with? These guys.
Yeah, man.
I trust this guy completely.
You can tell he's a little
Yeah.
He's just kind of like skitterish.
He's protecting a dead city.
Yeah, he's super excited about
He's
that.
a slave to duty, huh? All right.
So that's cool, man. That you found what you want to do with your life.
What I want to do with my life?
Yeah, defend.
You don't understand how this worked. I swore an oath, and I am bound to this city. Seriously, you know how many times I've tried to leave, and he like opens up his shirt, and there's just scars. He's like, I can't leave.
Marilla's uncomfortable.
Like,
That's.
he's like, if I go out past that crappy farmhouse, I mean, I go in that farmhouse like every other week and kill those stupid things. Keep coming in, I don't know, just the worst. And he's like, if I go past that farmhouse, it's just scorching, searing pain. Doesn't mean I haven't tried.
Oh wow.
Once a month at least, I decide to try.
If the city's safe, are you free to leave?
I don't think that's how that works.
No.
You're just here.
I think I'm here until I'm relieved of duty, and there's nobody here to relieve me of duty.
Tobias is pretty.
I mean,
This is all about duty. Leave him no duty, man.
I've already sworn other oaths. I cannot take another.
But you could, say you took the oath, right?
No. No, I can't.
I mean, the best hope for me is that somebody decides to settle here and good job, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so you need people to come back, huh?
We can help with that.
And you can help.
We've
us
done that
too.
before.
We know agents.
We have an
You
agent.
have a lovely town.
It was.
Well, so, okay. Well, that's. I mean, now you put it that way, that's a total bummer.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
Pretty sucky. Why did you
pretty
swear
awful.
that oath?
Well, let's see. Army came through, saw that my mom didn't have a dad. They're like, we need people to fill out our ranks. This kid'll do. Say these words. Guess what? You're a druid now. High five. Guard the city.
That's kind of cool, though. You're a druid now.
As origin
I'm sorry, that was
origin
very
stories
insensitive of
go.
me.
There's worse.
I'm a halfling.
What's that have to do with
I'm
anything?
pretty insensitive. I think it's in my nature.
It's not.
Well, I assumed it was. So you're saying it's just me.
Well, yeah, trust me, it's in her specific nature. That's what I'm
Before the dragon came, I met halflings. There was actually a halfling family.
Were they nice?
Yeah, they ran the local bar.
Yeah, my dad died.
Well, they all died too,
Yeah,
so
so we
that
got
must be part of the
yeah,
halfling
we've
tradition.
got that.
Is dying.
Yeah.
These guys are nuts.
You can tell he's
Trying-
very jaded.
Yeah.
He's
trying
not a
to-
happy person.
Yeah,
I think we might want to focus our
more attention on the
attention
dragon.
on the dragon. So you saw the dragon. Was it a big one? Color?
I don't know if you know this about dragons. Even little ones are big.
Well, yeah.
We have
Was it
we
big,
have
big
one.
one. Or
Well,
he can
little
fly.
one?
Specifically, what color
So
was
it's a
it?
good size.
Well, when I saw him, it was a cloud of fire and ash and screaming, and mostly wings. But if I had to guess, it's either in the red or the gold regions.
Okay, so it's fire.
Was he holding any sort of
Red,
goblet
gold,
or
brass, bronze?
receptacle that could hold
Goes
liquid?
down.
Hey,
Maybe in the
Takes
shape
out
of a
black.
brain.
you know.
We're looking for the brain cup.
Listen,
We don't
anytime
wanna
I've
find the
seen
old
him,
dragon.
and again, like I said, he's been dormant the last couple of years.
Sweet.
He's had tons. I mean, he's a dragon,
Yeah.
so gold things.
Yeah, he's got a gold.
What do we? What sidebar? What do we know about this cup? Is it gold?
Yeah, it would be a gold cup.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right.
Okay.
We would take us to the dragon's gold.
I'm sure you won't want to go.
No,
We
that's-
understand
no.
completely.
No. How about? So, what would be the best route to
The best
check
route
out
is
the dragon?
So I think I heard a cart and some horses.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get on the cart and horses and
Okay.
go back. I think there's a frog place up there. It was big when I was a kid.
You know,
It's even bigger now.
it's fine. You wouldn't really like it though.
Yeah, who needs a bath?
Yeah. Really? No.
What's,
I mean, you're a druid, so it's fine. Okay, so let's say Plan B is not to take the cart. How would we walk? Say we're
He just points towards the tower
okay.
and then points towards the road.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
Marilla looks at him and says, like, we're going to go try to find this dragon. We're going to try to kill it.
Your dragon
We probably will die.
No.
No, we're trying to kill it. Do dragon cultists worship dragons? We're not here to
Generally.
worship a dragon. We're here to kill a dragon. If
I mean,
necessary.
if you want to talk to the dragon cultists, that you can probably just go sideways that way.
Nah, we don't really want to deal with them.
They
Your
don't like
best,
me
your
much.
best bet for getting out of this vow that you made is to have the town become living again. Right? Correct? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
We can get
In the
dragon to
off
leave.
chance that we can kill or make the dragon leave, the town flourishes. All you have to lose, in the off chance that we can do that, it's in your best interest to maybe help us out, because there may be a 1 in a million chance that we could help you, renounce your vows or, exchange your vows, whatever you need to do.
I'm not getting married.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
I might
I
be
mean,
willing to exchange a few
you're-
vows.
You're cute, I guess.
People don't give me the kind of respect you've given me. But
That's
neither
fair. I can vouch for that.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you kind of get your kind of a look up and down like.
I
could do
that.
worse.
I appreciate this conversation.
I mean, his shirt's still open and he's still like a scarred. He'd be like, I get.
Yeah.
There's muscles under those scars. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also very thin. He's not eating super great.
That's fine.
Man,
There's a lot of rats here.
I've eaten scrawnier. So
he's not
look,
enough. He's a human, so he's getting old.
What? All right, Marilla's trying to impress upon him that it may he's not doing anything better.
You can roll a persuade,
right? Like he's not doing anything better with his time. There's an off chance that we might be able to help him in some way.
But really, it just sounds like the tower is where the dragon is.
It is, but maybe he can help us.
Yeah,
with
I mean, I guess
something
there's something else he knows. I've got
another way in or a way around.
18. So
no, he's not persuaded.
Wow.
That was a good roll.
I'm not going to pull back the veil too much, but you needed a 20 or more.
Yeah.
He is not going anywhere near that dragon.
No, I don't necessarily need him to come towards the dragon. Just any information.
Well, like you said, dragon cultists that way. At least I think that was them. So if you go to the buildings, they're pretty much east of you, east part of town. You'll probably find a few dragon cultists. They try to talk to the dragon. So if you want dragon-based information, cultists may have it.
You guys want to join a cult for a bit?
Like I said, I kind of don't do organized religion, but
this wouldn't be. This is for
more than likely, if it's the people I've run into before, I'm not going to be able to go up with them and be buddy and say, "Hey,
won't they worship you?"
I slit a whole bunch of their throats when we were in the city.
I won't tell them that
when they attacked me.
All right. Well, dragon cultist or straight to the dragon? Are we going to be able to have a conversation with the cultists?
He's like, I've talked to him before.
Like, before you kill them? Or like, how extreme are these guys? They're just
well, let's put it this way.
Or?
They're dragon cultists. So they're not, like, the smartest. I mean, they worship dragons, and dragons are indifferent to their existence, as far as I can tell. It's like, oh, yeah, worship me. Chomp.
Are they particularly violent, I guess, towards people for no real...
Non-cultists?
Yeah, towards non-cultists. Or are they just kind of like, we're dragon groupies?
Are they recruiting?
Yeah. And where do I say?
They've never tried to recruit me, but at the same time, I'm the only person keeping the crap down here, so I think they just kind of leave me alone. I don't kill them, they don't kill me. I don't talk to them because I think they're idiots. Like, they're just dumb.
It's fair.
They are.
Okay. And I'll say, I have no problem with this, but like I said, I'm still leery if these are the same kind of people that jump me. So I'm going to be staying back until we find out what's going on.
So he kind of looks at the roads. He's like, the roads are kind of grown, so if you're going to take the road, you're going to have to kind of go, and then if you follow it, it's just going to kind of go up, and then you have to kind of go down again. So you're kind of going to go northeast, and then you're just going to go east, and then you're going to go southeast to the corner. I mean, you can fight your way through the bush, I guess. Good luck with that. I don't know what you're going to find in there.
Well, I'm all for it. I mean, if nothing else, that means we could, it's probably getting late in the day anyway, and this is something I prefer to, if we ever fight the dragon, do it in full daylight instead of when it's getting dark. So...
I don't know. I'm tempted to go straight to the dragon.
I like I said, I can't really interact with those guys, at least I think. So
I mean, we could maybe get a little bit more information. They probably have been the closest to the dragon, or at least members of their ranks.
Yeah, my guess is that unless this is something else than what I've seen before, they probably don't know specifics about the dragon.
I mean, I just want to. I mean, they'll know a little bit about the path to get to the dragon. Probably it's about the most information that
Shmi's okay either way.
Yeah.
Like, Shmi's neutral, so...
I'm also inclined to just skip them and go straight to the dragon as well. Like, I'm not necessarily here for the dragon, I'm here for the cup.
Right.
But the most likely place
maybe we can get in, get the cup, and get out before anyone is even the wiser.
And dragon included?
Dragon included. So, I think we gotta at least try that.
We could, spray paint the dragonborn gold and have him run away from the dragon.
Try to do an alluring dance.
You don't know if it's male or female. That's a good point.
That's true.
Good mating dance.
Exactly. Alright, I think we went ahead to the dragon then.
Alright.
Okay.
That's fine. So he again says, okay, you kind of take the same road you're going to take, but then instead of going down to the south east, You're just going to go head straight north.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to kind of zigzag up there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I try not to go up there, so it's going to be a little overgrown probably.
Okay.
All right.
He's like, that's your best bet. He's like, I would stick to the road, but, there are, he kind of points directed. You could take the direct route and maybe, I don't know. He's like, looks like you guys kind of know what you're doing. You use your best guess. He's like, I take the roads, but that's just me.
Now you sense the dragon underground, right?
No, that was just it.
Oh, this okay.
They were under feet.
Underfoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were literally okay.
He was literally standing on top of them.
I'm like, oh great, we've got a whole dungeon.
No.
Which we might. I don't know.
We don't know.
Okay.
All right, forward.
Forward. So I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna need a perception roll. You're gonna come to the first fork. Like I said, it kind of looks like the road goes northwest, probably towards Neverwinter, and then.
Oh, it's jacked. Why?
Of course.
That is a 12.
A 12. So with a 12, you look up and you see some ruined houses, and you think you see some more of that soot, but that's towards the route Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
So since you're not going there, you think if you don't make a lot of noise, the zombies probably won't come out of it. Though you're thinking, anytime you see that kind of soot on the ground, they're probably there.
Okay.
Good to know.
So I'm taking, you're probably just going to head
I'm gonna head
east at the point.
Should have brought a broom.
Always bring brooms. Alright, start heading east. You're gonna slow as fast, fast as smooth.
Okay, so yeah. So you get to the next fork, and there's like a building next on this one side, and then like I said, there's that zigzagging thing he was talking about. But there's a building right beside the fork, and that building is. This is super exciting. Me reading this, huh? It's just like it looks like what used to be a general store. Nothing too,
Okay.
but it's
Should we poke our heads
seen
in, or
better days.
probably not? I mean, last time we looked in a building,
We were attacked.
actual sticks attacked us.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily looking for anything in particular from the. I mean,
There
what are we
is
gonna
that one treasure that we were told about. It's here, but we don't know exactly where that is.
the brain cup.
No.
brain cup.
Someone, told us about a berry. Or no, we got that. Was it a note or someone?
The
told us
Berry
about
Ghost quest.
No, it wasn't the Berry Ghost quest. So there was that the wife, the mother and two daughters
Yeah.
that was caught by the Red Brand.
Okay.
She used to live here with her family, and her dad buried a treasure in their shop.
Right. Oh,
Okay.
shoot, let's go
But
check that out.
she didn't. She didn't
It's a
give
shop.
us great directions of where it is.
Okay.
So I guess unless we have a good enough perception at some point to say, hey, that looks like the description we got.
Let's maybe peek at that store on the way out of town.
You don't think that this is that store? This is
Yeah,
a general
well,
store.
We will not.
Okay.
open that store.
Yeah, it was like a herb store.
Okay, so more of
You're
an
looking, for an apothecary / herbalist
Right.
store.
Oh, okay.
This looks like a general
Yeah.
store. So this,
Okay.
like from what you can see like old broken shovels and wheelbarrows.
Okay.
Well, on
A couple of
yeah.
gross sacks of grain are stacked.
Yeah,
against
on
them
our
to be
way,
the
if
rats.
we do happen to come across it, I say we do it now because we might be running fast when we leave. But if not, if it actually comes out where we're all cool at the end, we can do a quick search.
Okay.
If not, we can always come back in a couple of weeks and everything's died down again.
With the whole, the whole
So, do you want to go look for the apothecary? So there, like I said, there's the one up north toward Neverwinter, or you can go down kind of southeasterly, back where the dragon cultists kind of are, or you can obviously
Maybe.
I'd say march on, right?
Yeah, keep heading towards the dragon. So we're gonna start
Okay.
going up the windy path.
windy path. Okay, so we need a perception check again. Somebody.
That is a 22.
Oh yeah, so you see him as clear as day. Your elf eyes focus in, and you can see the dew droplets coming off, and they're making a big spider web pattern.
On Sultan. Move to the back.
Okay.
Each person.
Breathe some fire.
Well,
Spiders hate fire.
keeping that. you need it for something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, pull out my sword, nice
Start chopping.
reforged kind of sword, and start just trying to slice through. And first, I'm just testing to see if
No, they're not. The webs aren't actually in your way.
Oh,
He needed perception to see them.
Okay.
So they're kind of like in the trees around.
oh,
So like
okay.
the whole and the more you look at it, the trees that he is pointing to look like they're just encased in web. Like these spiders have taken up residence in these trees, and there's like twig blights jammed in there now. Now that you're looking, there's like a rat that's been wrapped up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. They're taking care of the twig blights.
How dry
Well,
is this
then number
area?
two.
Like, is it pretty wet in this
Good
area,
question.
or is it?
Well, because of the rain dance, it kind
Oh,
of still kind of gazed over here too. So it's damp. I mean, but it has been all day,
Right.
so it's mostly dried out. So I would say it's
Yeah.
moderately foresty damp,
Mm-hmm.
but not like wet.
Yeah.
It's that instant kindling.
Because if nothing else, I was thinking just got like 8 torches, start passing them out, and be having them ready just to
Yeah,
light and
exactly.
just huck into the trees.
Set that place ablaze. Throw your
So-
cheap whiskey on it.
And if they're not blocking the path,
They're
Yeah.
not.
Okay, I say we keep going.
we're
You're gonna try to
Keep
sneak
an eye on
past
it.
them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak past him for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealth right past him.
Okay.
Still
Let's
so
see it.
hard. Should be good stealth.
21.
21.
Yeah, they don't see you at all.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Stealth and make stealth a lot.
Still goes past.
Oh.
1.
So plus you're wearing heavy plate armor. You have proficiency though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe you're big enough they won't want to mess with you.
So
I mean,
it's just a clang, clang, like he's even doing the hand motion, clang, 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 up on all fours.
Squeaky shoe.
Yeah, and,
yeah.
and these two just giant spiders just emerge from the tree, like they just pull it back, and like one takes its paw and
You're
just
ready to
jams
go.
that whole rat down its maw, and then just comes down at you. Yeah, it's just like half a rat now. It's just getting sucked in, and the little pincher is getting sucked in there.
He's gonna try to take out a dragonborn next?
Oh,
Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Kill this guy. I'll be stealthed over here in the corner.
Yeah, you take it. Okay.
So because you saw that, well, you would have had advantage, but now they see you first, and of course, the Dragon Man always seems to be in the middle of all this. So here we go.
That's why I want to pick up a nice shield. I'm trying to get my armor up as high as I possibly can. So that's one of my next purchases. I've completely changed this combat style I've started with. I've screwed myself up because I was going to do this whole
So
two-handed.
They're going to try to shoot web at the Dragon Man. So they got 12 plus 5, range 30. So it is. You need to make. So I'm guessing this is going to hit because you have a 17, right, for your armor.
Mm-hmm.
They both hit you with the web. It doesn't
Pull
do
you apart.
damage, so, but you do now need to make
A strength.
a strength check
Okay.
to see if you can stay in the webbing or not.
24 with a natural 20.
So one of them you just like, poof, and because it's a natural 20, I'm going to honor that instead of having to make 2 checks. They just hit you and go, poof. There's no netting whatsoever.
Just flexes.
Yeah, I know.
But they do use their movement, and they're not going to get down next to you because they're spiders. They're not dumb. But they are going to like try to position themselves better. And now, because they've seen the Dragon Man, now they see a little tender morsel up ahead.
But I'm still. But I'm so sneaky.
I'm so sneaky.
Yeah, now we have to roll initiative.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Can't even see what that is.
16.
16?
Mhm.
So 15.
So 15 as well.
Which one of you had?
None of
So I'm
us.
guessing Morello probably has a higher.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
22.
Okay. He's gonna come up here, so I gotta roll for the creeps. And they are gonna just kind of just work their way in here.
Nice.
Okay.
Solomon don't like spiders. So he's going to take... so I'm in the back, so I'm going to shoot the one on... Is there one that's closer to Marilla?
You know, like this, they're like. It seems like that at some point they may have had a web across. It's not there anymore. What that tells you, who knows? But nonetheless, they're on either side. So that if Marilla went straight through like she said she did, they're kind of both close.
there. Okay.
Right? I mean,
So I'm gonna go on the one on the right.
okay.
So first attack is going to be a
If it's anything
3. It's,
more than 14.
It's more than 14. And the second attack is also more than 14.
Okay.
So, I get 1d8 plus 3. Remember what my d8 looks like. This one. That's 7. And then 4.
7 and 4, so you got 11?
Yep.
Okay. So you hit it twice. The first one sticks big in like the big bulbous abdomen. It just jams its way in there.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, because it didn't do a whole lot of damage, just kind of like glances off of its body.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it definitely takes a little chink out when it does. And it's visibly injured, but it's not like
Not on death's door.
not on death's door.
Okay.
So now, since they see the little morsel, they know they can eat that. So they're going to shoot their webs at the little morsel up
Now,
front.
how close, like, how far when I was sneaking was I to Marilla? Am I
Since you
with
both
her?
passed through the same spot, I'm guessing you can't be
Relatively.
less than 30 feet away from her. I mean, I don't know how far through he went.
I don't know, but Marilla's showing how tender her meat is.
So
Daring them to come
5,
closer.
Probably like 10 feet. 5, 10 feet.
So 1 does hit you, I'm guessing, because a 19 plus 5 is probably more than your AC.
They can hit me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know they were close enough.
No, they can hit you with their webbing. Their webbing can shoot up to 60 feet,
yeah.
so I don't know how far away you are.
12.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's
it hit me.
So this webbing just engulfs you, so I'm going to need a strength check.
Strength, huh?
Yeah. You get a
I got a plus 2.
You got a plus 2.
Yeah, that's a 7.
So this webbing just Spider-Man you straight to the ground.
Uncanny dodge. What does that do?
That's for damage.
extra damage.
Shame.
So this doesn't do any damage.
I have uncanny spider dodge.
Yeah,
Is that?
that's specifically for webbing. Okay, so I'm pinned down.
Mhm.
Are my arms free?
No. On your next turn, you're going to get to make that check again.
Okay.
It's his turn, right? It's Marilla's turn.
Oh, yeah,
So
it is.
then you can try.
Yeah, it's your turn. He's right.
Unless he...
No, it's fine. It's his turn. Absolutely. Make that strength check again.
Yeah, that's 9, 10, 11.
No.
You squirm. Like, you think they're loosening, but you're still in there.
Alright.
They is?
Tobias Rex.
I decide if I pull her up or actually try and take one of these on, because otherwise they're just going to keep slinging webs. So, and they're probably about 30 feet away.
So they're in the trees. So
Oh,
I
they're
mean,
in
it's
the
kind of an
trees.
angular sort of, and they're not on the ground yet. They're not dumb. I mean, they're creature, but they're not. They know how to hunt.
Right, yeah.
So they're in the trees still. So they're probably angularly 30 feet away from Marilla, and probably angularly 15 feet away from you if you take the tree distance.
Right,
In.
okay.
You
I
probably
say just
set,
start damaging them. I mean,
Just start damaging them?
it's
Well,
going to
if
take
they're,
at least a little time to get to
What
me.
would be the best way to do it? Try to decide if I want to light a torch on fire through or just use one of my hand axes to huck it at them.
I say you use a hand axe.
Yeah, probably just a hand axe. Let's not add fire.
And
to
focus
the-
fire.
You want to add
Focus
fire?
on the injured one.
Focus fire on the upper one. Alright.
Marilla's
I
yelling
really want
on
to
this.
save my spells.
She's directing the
Right.
battle. Use your hand axe. Focus fire on the
Alright, so
engine.
yeah, I'll just. I've got the 2 hand axes. So I'm going to pull one of those out, but I've actually never used it because why would I? So it's
The need has never been
plus
so
7.
great.
Okay, and it's a d6. So out of the way. Ooh, and that's a 7. So that's a 16
to hit it.
for 10 damage. Just throw it just right over in. Just a nice little.
So that one's not
hatchet.
doing great. You didn't kill it,
It's not doing great.
but now it has an arrow and an axe sticking out of it, and it
You've
just
made it more dangerous.
you should, and it grabs another one of those rats and just jams it in its
It's
maw.
healing its health.
So Shmi's turn.
Wait for their glowing orb to shoot.
Shmi doesn't have a lot of ranged attacks.
I know there's a whole bunch of raid in that general store we passed up.
So what is Shmi gonna do?
Yeah, because I don't want to use my spells when I need those. And my other
So
default
Shmi-
is just
Shmi's gonna
fire
do-
breath, but apparently we don't.
So
want
like
to.
the Shmi doesn't have a lot of range attacks, and the other person with the
Mhm.
range attacks is now attached to the ground. So Shmi's gonna
Yeah, she is.
he's gonna run forward with his sword and then
Come
cut
close.
her out.
Come close, let me cast jump on you so you can hit them.
Yeah, so you're there, and all of a sudden you're
Oh, okay.
and it just cuts through.
They're pretty high up though.
For you, they're 30 feet.
Can you jump?
Well, that's
30
from an
feet?
angle. They're probably like 20 feet. Like,
Let's see.
vertical?
So Shmi.
Do you want me to
can
cast jump on you?
I could. If you cast jump, I could jump up there. Well, it's not your
no,
turn.
you check.
Well,
It's on Sultan's turn.
Consultant is going to use. I got to attack the injured one again. He's following Marilla's orders.
That's a
is
hit.
a hit, and the other one is going to.
That's a hit.
8 plus 7, 13. So no.
No.
No, it's 15.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, that's a hit then.
That's it. So 2 hits. And then. So I get 1d8 plus an extra d8.
So 1d8 on the first one. What did you get?
That's 4 plus 3, so 7.
That dies. Yeah. So that one. So
it just dies.
you pull back, hit it, and it like sinks right in next to the other one, but the two together just kind of like pull it open, and just a bunch of spider guts just start pulling out of it, and then it kind of loses its grip on the web and just crashes down, and it's starting to shrivel. You know, how spiders shrivel
Yeah.
up, and then it starts.
Marilla's
doing that.
kinda
Consultant has just
cackling a
gone
little
white.
bit.
Yeah, we're taking 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
anything can,
Marilla's laughing a little bit, not like guffawing, but
Yes.
she's a little giddy.
Okay, so the next one, it's gonna fire at. It's gonna. So it sees that you guys are doing damage, so it's gonna come down and it's gonna pounce on whoever is closest. So where are you again?
I'm in the back.
He's in the, yeah.
So he's gonna jump at Tobias. Then let's see how that works. Spider climb. Blah 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 blah. All right. So does 19 plus 5 hit? Does 24 hit?
Yes, it is.
So he gets, that's his first attack.
You're supposed to say, how does the 19 do you?
And then another 19 plus 5, so you get hit twice. So 1d8 plus 3.
Hang in there, buddy.
It's the Beat Up on Tobias show.
So 6, and then another 6. Apparently I just rolled the same number over and over again.
It's fixed.
So I'm back down
The
to
random number
37.
generator is no good. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
Alright.
one of the reasons why I keep thinking I need more paladin levels, so I can just keep healing myself.
So yeah,
back up.
it has now just jumped on Tobias and just like, kunk! And then kunk! And even though you're wearing like a half plate, it just finds a little bit of a purchase just to crunch in on your arms a little, you know, just...
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
As spiders do.
Yeah, the pinchers are just...
Jibbly jibbly.
All right.
Consultant's gonna need a minute.
So Shmi is still right by Marilla, right?
You and he has freed you,
All right. Actually, Marilla's not gonna
and
cast
and
jump
he's on the
anymore.
ground now.
Yeah.
So she's gonna duck behind Shmi,
Yep.
which is hidden, which will give her advantage.
She will need. It's 11.
So that is 11. So that's 15.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. This gives me 1d8 plus 1. So 2 plus 3d6s.
That's what the real
Attack.
damage is.
Where does
Still
it
not
go?
great.
Real happy.
Wait, can't you re-roll your ones?
Only on d20s.
Oh.
So that's 9 damage.
So okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
By a spider
Tobias
mount.
has a spider is now
The
on
spider
you
has
and
a
he's,
Tobias
and
now.
he's just pinching down like chink 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 chink. It's right on top of you. Just
The spider's like trying to tame him. It's like someone trying to tame a wild boar.
it's just whispering.
Dragonborn.
According to the new video game, I can turn into a sexy woman at any moment.
And this just enrages Tobias.
Tobias is like, let's see how this plays out.
This is bull. How dare
I've
you?
never seen him so angry.
Why don't you prove it?
Zach.
Just just looks like. Whoa. Okay, so now I mean, am I effectively pinned, or can I actually use like swing?
I would say you could probably push off and get some sort of swing in on it.
Okay, well.
I mean, it has a lot of legs, and it is trying to grapple you, but it hasn't actually
Grab
grappled
its
you.
legs
Yeah.
and throw it.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go for the unarmed attack then. So, yeah, because I am up. So that's +5, but that I don't need the D10. Oh, I miss. That's a 3. I mean, it's only 11, so I don't know if that would do any good. Probably not.
Okay.
Just trying to hold them animals. I can't quite get the, you know.
So Shmi is going to use his 2 attacks. He's going to turn around from helping Marilla, and he's going to turn around, use his big sword. Let's see. So he gets a +8. Make sure to do this right, so that one misses, but this one hits. And then, so he's going to get 2 of these. And then plus another one of those. Oh, and he gets to reroll that one. Ooh, you're happy he did. 12, so he does some damage.
Nice.
It does a lot. Like, his blade just, he kind of swings and misses and kind of bounces off from the legs. It's like doing what. And then the second one, he just jams it deep into the abdomen. You think it might have come out the other side. It's still alive, but.
Too far. Ah! Too far. Too much.
But the spider's still alive, but he just really just came down on that thing.
Nice.
Okay.
So now that's where
Two dead
so he's
spiders.
now trying to fight to get his sword back out of the spider.
Just come in.
So it's on
so your
Sultan's
next
turn.
attack is actually you just trying to get the sword
Yeah,
out.
he's going to be wheeling it back.
Why should have got a barbed sword?
Yeah. Why did I have those barbs?
But it's not dead.
It's not dead.
Not dead. It just is the sword.
Just through the abdomen, you know, just
Awesome.
wiggling around in the
Like,
guts.
go.
Attack 1 is going to be miss. And 2 is a hit. And 1d8. 8 plus.
Is it more than 1 point?
It is more than 1 point.
Is it more than 1?
Whack.
So you hit it, and Shmi, while you're doing this, Shmi is just working the sword back. You're just trying to get it out of there, and between that and then you just come in, and it just barely even nicks it, and the spider spins around, which of course tweaks it on Shmi's sword, and now it's just like 12, like it's just like
Eviscerating
itself. And so now Tobias is just covered in just random spider guts. And one of its legs has now fallen off. And it's just like on its own, just spinning around.
Sultan's just dry heaving off to the side.
That's fine.
Oh.
He'll be alright.
Oh.
So I just lift this thing over to the side and get up. Just kind of do the whole just kind of All right.
Shmi's also just like
Yeah.
wiping down his sword.
It's like it's just gooey. You
Yeah.
just kind of wipe it. It just kind of.
The silver inlay
Stinks.
now has a bunch of like guts
Yeah.
sticking to it.
So it's not. Yeah, it's not a silver inlay. It's just because it's just kind of filled with green goo. From
Well, because what happens when they silver, at least in our world, so what they did is they take a thing and they make it silver alloyed, and then they make like a silver filigree of a pattern on it.
Oh, okay.
So that's silver because it's the little different
The edge
feel
of
to it.
Between the two.
Yeah, that part for some reason the spider guts are just clinging to it.
It's going to take a little extra work to get that out.
All right.
Good.
Let's see. Where am I? And I will
Okay.
yet again cast another cure wounds on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'll easily plus. So just kind of an elevator for hit points today. Up, down.
All right, so you think at this point that it's kind of opening up. This was kind of like a pinch point. Seemed like so the spider knew this must be where stuff kind of goes through these
Stuff
roads.
goes down.
So now you can kind of see, and you can now see the tower.
Okay.
So there's kind of a lower building, and then there's
Okay.
a big tower. So you can see like right up front in the big building, there's a door. But then you think probably on the other side of the tower, there's probably like a guard spire entrance.
Mm.
I mean, you don't tell, but you've seen this kind of architecture before, so you're
Right.
assuming there's one over there.
Yeah.
That's the standard way of doing it.
Yeah.
So our options are to go into the smaller building or go into the tower. Seems like going straight in the tower might not be the best plan.
Might as well check out the other one at this point.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Is there any windows or anything on the smaller building we can kind of peek into?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. There seems to be same thing before. They're kind of overgrown, so you're going to have to kind of move crap out of the way, look in. And so somebody with good eyes is probably
I was going to say on Sultan.
Somebody who can see in the dark is probably going to...
I get a 11.
You think you can't really see it, but you hear the kind of the chittering the spiders are making before you kind of hear that chitter again.
Nope.
Nothing in here, nothing to
So,
see.
fire. We should talk fire again. I think we need to bring that back on the table. Just saying. So.
Should I just quickly open the door and have me breathe into it?
Or Marilla can breathe into it.
Yeah, Marilla's a dragon.
I'll be like, sure, let's see this.
Although we don't want to completely...
Well,
the dragon, you got to be mindful of that too.
Well, I mean,
what kind of damage can fire do to a dragon?
yeah, no, in this case, if it is red, gold, brass, like that,
Is it
my
gonna be-
breath won't do jack because it'll be
Right.
resistant and or immune
So
to
it's not
fire.
going to be a total waste if we use it on spiders and we're dealing with
No,
fire.
no, it'll help us in that sense. I'm just trying not to use all the rest of my
Yeah,
spells, but
yeah.
except I have to keep healing myself.
Right.
Right. I have to save my spells to heal myself.
Yeah. But I mean,
Like a good
so
paladin.
if you guys think this is the best way to go through, we could probably just. The problem is, if we let everything on fire, it could just all collapse on itself, and we wouldn't be able to.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
there's dragon-proof armor in there.
Yes, because they wouldn't have used that when the place was attacked.
They just didn't have time.
They forgot.
I don't know. It's up to you guys. We could use fire. We could just go in and just fight them normally.
I say we just go in and fight because I'm more like
Okay.
All right.
I'm more afraid it'll just collapse an old building that's
Okay.
teetering on. But we'll go quietly, like just arrange yourselves around the door, slowly open it this time, be ready and waiting for anything that comes out, and then from there we'll see. Oh, and before we've actually done that, I will have retrieved my hand axe from the spider.
Also, before going in and doing anything, I'm going to cast lights.
Oh yeah, I'll
Create
cast light on my
3
sword.
lanterns. I'm going to fire them right into the building. Right through the window.
Right through the window. So you go in the window and you just see, you hear chittering and you see, you know, the spiders can do that thing where they like curl up into little balls so you can't see them in corners.
Mm-hmm.
You think you see that happen in the far 3 corners?
Sure. Far 3 corner? Okay.
So like here's right with this corner. You don't think there's a spider there, but the other 3 you think they just curl up out of sight. So everywhere the light is, the spiders you can kind of see little legs maneuver them out of where the light is.
So we
Here's like,
focus
"Ugh,
fire on one of the
ugh."
corners and
Just a little. Looks like big, but they're doing that.
all right.
Yeah,
Fling the door open, start
yeah.
shooting.
Got the light on my sword, so it's just another big thing of light.
So since you know where they are, we'll have to let you roll normal initiative. Obviously threw lights in there, so they're not surprised either.
I'm gonna go last. If that's fine with everyone.
Oh, sweet, 17.
Nice.
16.
So wait, so I heard a 16 from Tobias.
You heard a 17 from a Tobias.
Yeah,
And
17.
a 16 from Daniel.
And
Marilla.
Just move me to the back.
what'd you get?
The very, very back. I got a 1.
Oh. Yeah.
So you really don't like these spiders.
You don't get to add any pluses.
Nope.
And she got a 12 plus 1 means
I mean,
he's right where he's supposed to.
Technically, I got a 4. But
No, you don't technically. You tend to roll a 1, you don't get to add your bonuses. Little known fact.
Gross. But I don't roll 1.
Yes. It's true. You don't. You have
Well,
luck.
you technically can if you're super unlucky because you don't get to re-roll it if it's a 1 again.
That's true. Well, is it?
Yeah,
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 that's how it
one.
works. You only get to
you
re-roll
really
it
get the
once.
one.
I
Right.
disagree with that.
You disagree
Fundamentally.
all you want, he's a GM.
I don't know.
Alright. Tobias.
Okay, so we've, opened the door. We've...
Now that you're coming in, you see that they're kind of.
It's a million more spiders.
You can see they kind of like tense up, like they're ready for an attack.
Okay.
They're not trying to hide anymore at this point. They know you see them, and
Yeah.
so they're kind of.
We need you to re-spook them.
So they're kind of they've moved out of the
Uh-huh.
weird spider ball thing, and now they're like
Yeah.
They're ready.
Okay.
They're ready to get it on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking that
Right, well,
I'm gonna peel like one direction so that hopefully I can take that, and we'll just kind of all start taking a direction kind of thing.
We're gonna
Keep
focus
them in.
fire, or we're gonna just.
Well,
take
it
them all at
depends.
once?
If we're, I don't know how tough these are because
Mhm.
obviously they're not. I'm assuming the size of the ones we just fought because this is a small
We
little
need a
house.
perception check.
It's your turn, so.
Well, I was just saying this is a small house, and this thing.
It's
would-
not that small.
It's not. I think you're thinking it's smaller, but I think it's bigger than that.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
big. You almost call it a hall.
Oh, okay. I was thinking much smaller, so I'm
Like
like,
a storeroom kind of thing.
This is like
Yeah, I was
where the
thinking
mayor
we
would
should
like probably
have parties.
talk. Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
okay,
Do
so
their
this
town meetings
is
and things like that.
different than I was thinking. Because I was thinking,
So
oh,
it gives
wow.
us a little bit of maneuverability, though.
Oh yeah, you
It's
can
just
definitely maneuver.
maneuverability. It's just that, yeah.
It's just a big, large, empty square.
Okay, see,
It's
I
like
was
somebody
thinking
made an
it
action
was-
move and decided not to put anything in there.
It's a warehouse scene.
Yeah. There's some boxes on the ground for you guys to
It's a
tromp
warehouse
over.
Nice. I'm gonna
Okay,
open those
okay,
boxes.
so,
In the middle of the fight. Nothing.
Does anybody have a crowbar?
well, in that case, yeah, I'll assume that these are probably something like we just fought.
Mhm.
That's a good assumption.
Best way. Yeah, I mean, I guess with sword ready, light still going in. Unless, do we want to wait for them to come to us to the door? I don't think they're going to.
They'll just web us from there. So
Yeah.
you gotta like
Okay.
Good point, yeah.
maybe like move to one.
Yeah, okay, so I'll go to the one that's whichever one is closest and doesn't have the backup.
Yep.
And I will go for the full-on attack. Why did I do
Nothing
that?
else,
Oh well, I thought we did the D8.
Can you make flaming arrows out of anything we have?
So
I know
that-
Tobias has whiskey. I mean,
Yeah, I imagine we
we
could.
probably wouldn't need.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you
So
craft arrows.
I was
in the
gonna say
middle
we
of battle.
probably need a little
Hold
more
on.
prep time.
So that'll be 10 damage.
wasn't ready. Time out.
We're gonna pretend that I crafted
10
this.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I rolled the wrong die.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Can you just
You definitely hit it, and you definitely did 10 damage.
All right. Well.
And so you run over there and hit it. That's what I'm guessing happened.
Yeah.
So it's ready for you. So it kind of puts its hands up, so you don't. It doesn't get the whole branch, but definitely kind of comes down on it. So it definitely got hit. So let's see. It's Marilla's turn.
Okay. Marilla will have ducked behind anybody in range
Mm-hmm.
and fires at the same one that Tobias is firing at. So it's 7 and 14, 18.
Mm-hmm. The 14 was enough.
Okay, so D8 plus 1. So that is 7 plus
16.
16. 16 damage.
All right.
Nice.
So that one is looking rough. So like you, like the arrow hits it and it thinks it's okay, but then the arrow just like keeps moving and just like digs its way. So like it kind of hits it, but then like it just kind of keeps. So now like it like every time it moves, the arrow's kind of like grinding it. You know, so it's just like yeah. It is just every time it moves, it almost kind of killing itself a little bit. So let's see. So Shmi sees that and he thinks
That one's probably fine.
that one. He doesn't know what's going to happen to that one, but he's going to move on to the next one.
Okay.
That way they don't gang up on him, at least try to.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to move on to the next one. Let's see. So one hit and one miss. Roll one.
How's it going in there, guys?
How's it?
I got nothing.
So Shmi does 10 damage to the next spider.
Guess good berry. Eat them so I can throw them up.
For some ginger.
Okay. So Shmi goes over there. Same sort of thing as Tobias. He misses with the first attack probably because he had to run all the way over there. Shmi's been smoking too much. Just kind of so he just kind of swings and misses, and then he brings the next one down. Same sort of thing. The spider kind of dodges a little of it, but it definitely doesn't take a pretty decent chunk. I mean, anytime you get hit with a sword that big, it's going to hurt a little bit.
It's gonna hurt.
So after that, it's the creep's turn. The first one that has one, it's going to bite it. Tobias and misses. Shmi's misses. And then the next one is behind Shmi. because it's over in this corner, but Shmi's the closest one, so it's going to fire its weapon back at Shmi. And miss.
Nice. Alright. Sultan's coming in. Doves fly in with him. Just because. I don't know where they came from. And then he releases 2 arrows. We'll focus on Shmi's. So the first one's going to be miss. Second one is 9 and an 8, so 17.
Roll your damage.
Roll my damage, and it is damaged already. So it's going to be 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8 is the number, which is 14.
Yep. So that one's pretty injured too. So we have one fully alive spider, one spider that is just really upset but on the verge of death. A spider in front of Shmi that also isn't super awesome right now. And then one, like I said, totally living spider. And it's Tobias Rex's turn.
Well, I might as well just finish this one off.
Finish him.
So, I don't think I did, because that's only a 12.
Nope.
So, yeah.
So I should finish this one off or start on the other one?
Just leave him.
Yeah,
No, it's probably fine.
just, yeah.
He's got
You
lots
got
of-
this.
he's
It
got lots
shouldn't
of
take long.
points.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll
We should finish him.
finish him off. Duck behind Tobias. 9. 18.
That's enough.
So that will do it.
That's what I hit.
So that's a 9. 13 more.
So what happens is Tobias just tries to swing, and then Marilla is just annoyed that it's not dead yet. Like it is just, she's just like, so she comes up and like right down, like just pulls it, or not, sorry, she gets it ready, and she's right. Here's the mouth, and she like executes it, and it just goes straight through the head. Like she's just kind of point
I
blank
would like to
jammed
maintain
in
as
their
much
mouth.
eye contact as possible with the one that is still living,
Just
that isn't injured.
So you
yet.
like
Yeah.
push
You
Tobias
jam it.
aside and go,
Somehow it doesn't see you because you pop from behind a big dragon man, but you just jam, not the barrel, but whatever the thing is on the crossbow, right into its little, right through the mouth.
Excellent. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
We're saving you.
So now it's Shmi's turn again. Yep. One of those hits. Again. Reroll this one. Plus 5. So Shmi comes down and he jams it in there again, but this time he's able to pull it through. So he gets it and he just bifurcates the front of it. Just comes in and just now there's just like 2 spiders.
The wedge.
Stir the pot.
No, but he just kind of comes down, so like it's just kind of folded out in front of him, and it's the same thing. It starts,
Good job.
and then
Way to go, team.
so now this
The
one,
spider dragon.
the one that's alive is gonna jump at Shmi. What were they both hit? Let's see. What was that again? I believe they were D8s. Yep. 4 is 8. Plus 1 is... So Shmi takes a healthy amount of damage. She takes 8, and then he takes another 7, so he takes 15. But you gotta look at his stats. I'm pretty sure Shmi started with 62 health, so I think he's okay. But he's down to...
Do you know how Shmi?
I do somewhere. I don't know what I do with him.
No, you have a crap ton of health, so.
Yeah, I do have a crap ton of... I believe I'm like at 40 left.
Jeez.
That is a nice whole...
But then Shmi, so... He could have done this before. He's just going to take his like second wind action. Roll a d10. So he gets 3 plus 8. So he gets 11 on the back just for being awesome, being a fighter. Nothing like being a fighter if you want help.
Being awesome.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So
Sultan's going to aim at the living one that's now jumped onto me. So it's going to be 1 hit. 15,
Yeah, that's
19,
enough, yeah.
so 2 hits on the Schneider. First one's going to be 4 plus 1, so 5. And then the second hit is another 5.
2 to 10
damage.
You guys love to do 10 damage.
I was going to say, this is
very familiar. Now somebody needs to do 16,
this is fine.
and then somebody needs to finish it up.
If the past tells me anything, we're going to do all right here.
So
I can't do more than 15 with what I'm doing because I'm saving.
okay.
Alright, well, I guess,
find a
yeah.
way.
Full more on this.
Well, I'm saving all the good
Find
stuff.
a way to do 1 more point of damage.
So I'm just whiffing it, man. I'll tell you. I don't know what it is because that was a 3. So
Okay. So you come up to it, and you're going to come swing down, and it just like you thought you were swinging at it, but then it apparently it moved a little to the left.
it did the whole like vertical movement thing.
You notice the anime kind of slide, where it kind of shakes a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's actually over here.
Tricky. Alright, Marilla slips behind whoever's closest. So that's an 11.
Plus.
Plus 4, so 15.
Yeah, that's enough.
Alright. 3. So that's 4 plus 12, 14.
So 14 plus.
4, so 18.
Oh, you guys did more than last time.
What?
Oh, so Marilla, again, after you just executed the last one, she cocks it, loads it, and even though she's kind of behind, she does the same thing and hits it in the exact same spot.
She goes,
and again,
Side
it's just like right between like where the big clusters of eyes are. It just jams itself in there, and it thinks it's going to move forward, but when it moves forward, it goes further up the brain, and then it keeps bobbing its head, and it's just working its way back there, and then just collapses.
Good.
And then it's just like twitching.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Unsolved.
So now you're in a big room, like I said, and up above, like I said, this was where they had halls because it looks like there's like a lectern up front, and then like there's some like crappy chairs. So it looks like this is probably a place you probably rented it out,
Okay.
maybe if you're gonna do a wedding or if they were gonna have some sort of event.
Do tasteful wedding.
Yeah,
Okay. Any boxes? Anything? Worth
it is,
looking at?
but most of it's been
Yeah.
spider craft on, and it's not really great.
All right. To the tower then.
So there's another door next to you.
Oh.
So
Okay, so it's all one pure room. There is no
there's,
back room.
and then right to your left after you come in, there's another door.
Okay. Do we
Should
want
someone
to
roll perception just in case there's something we're missing, or?
Sure, you can roll perception. Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons,
I'll
roll it if you want to.
I'll roll one.
You roll if you
I got a 2. I'm still trying to clean myself up.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You think they're...
That's 21.
So you walk up to the door. You don't think there's anything in the room.
Okay.
I mean, you casted lights already.
Right.
You think this is just a garbage heap
No,
at this point.
no, like trapdoors or anything. That's
No,
okay.
it's- But you think you hear whispering on the other side of the door.
Not like chittering.
No, like humanoid whispering.
He's distant whispers.
I mean, they obviously know we're here.
Yeah.
We just made a big commotion, so yeah, I'll whisper that.
Whisper. I like to whisper too.
I like to whisper too.
And they're like... so then the door just opens.
What do we?
What do we see?
So you see some guys and they're in some gold cloaks.
Ugh, these guys.
Gold cloaks.
And you're like...
Are they dragon cultists? Hey, Tobias, are these guys dragon? Tobias, are these guys dragon cultists?
Are these?
You can't really see their eyes, but you can, like the cloaks come over the top, and they're hiding their arms. You would assume this very cult-like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming these don't sound like the guys that I ran into. Okay. No, these whack jobs are different.
Okay.
Whack jobs.
Different.
How to do?
We come and seek of a higher power.
Yeah, us too. Take us to the higher power.
I totally
You want us to go? We've been looking for people to go talk to him.
Yes, we'd love to talk to him. Right, guys?
Would you like to talk to the dragon?
Why don't you guys talk first? We'll all go as a group.
So we used to have one emissary. We sent him all the time. Gained all sorts of exciting knowledge.
Oh boy, okay.
Goldfang is apparently so knowledgeable. You don't even know, guys. Like, the stuff they told me was mind-blowing. Do you know that high-level dragons can turn into humans?
I was unaware.
That they're later in life? Goldfang can't, though. He said his dad can.
Oh, that's his dad.
I'm his dad.
He said his mom killed his dad, though. It's very complicated.
I'm also his mom.
But we're looking for a new emissary. We've been trying to send new emissaries.
What happened to your
We're
emissary?
thinking he must have got hungry.
Fair.
Does happen.
Why don't
I get
you
hungry
be
too.
the emissaries?
Well, see, one of us is supposed to be the emissary.
Mm-hmm.
So you're scared.
But we're deciding who it should be.
Oh.
It should be him.
You skulking in the back.
Well, normally it'd be an honor, but there's so few of us left.
Perfect. This is good.
I mean, we tried to talk the crazy old guard into doing it, but he's content just murdering
Yeah.
twig things.
He's a killjoy. Why don't we go check out Goldfang? Maybe he can pick an emissary. Right? I mean, like, the point is we want to find the dragon. These guys know that where the dragon is.
You want to find it?
Yeah.
Let's point towards the door.
Yeah, the tower.
Oh, they heard me.
I mean,
we open the door and there's a dragon. Like there's.
we assume
Oh.
that's what the emissaries have always gone before.
Oh. Okay.
Why don't you Rochambeau for it? We'll pick an emissary right now.
Roche and whatnot.
And I teach him rock, paper, scissors. It's an old halfling game.
They're like, we have our own methods. We have
No,
lots.
this is how the dragon.
So they decide you're not going to go see the dragon, so they draw lots
Fine,
amongst themselves.
okay.
And one of the three goes through the door, and the door closes behind him. Like, you don't think he tried to close it, the door just closed behind him, and then nothing.
Okay, well, we better pick another emissary.
Just keeps
How
it in.
long? How long are the emissaries normally gone? Is this?
We don't know. We'll wait for a little bit.
Ah,
Okay.
one Mississippi.
And you don't see it, but you think it gets perceptibly hotter. You're not entirely sure, but you think it does. And then the dragon cultists, the dragon cultists kind of like shrug at each other, and they start drawing straws again.
Good. This is working out fantastically.
They're like, actually, we're gonna go talk to our leader. This is the second one in a row, so.
Who's your leader? I thought Dragon Fang, Gold Fang was your leader.
We
Right.
You can tell that like Heath's trying to explain something, but then he's not sure if he should. And then we're just gonna go return to our leader.
Do we kill them? 'Cause I guess there's no. They're not the same guys that attacked you.
No,
Right?
these aren't
they're
even
just
close
idiots, right?
to the same guys, so I have no problem with them because they're.
Are you fireproof?
I'm resistant,
Okay.
but not proof.
I think we gotta go in and talk to the dragon.
Yeah.
Talk to the dragon or talk to the leader?
Oh, here we go. Talk. To
Well,
the dragon.
okay. Why don't I go in and well, if we're going in, I'm hiding behind one of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We assume that's.
I'm hiding behind you, actually. I'm hiding behind Tobias. The
I don't
most
remember what the fire
resistant of all.
resistance.
We can wait
does.
for them to leave.
Because I know it's not invulnerability. I just don't remember how or what it does.
Okay.
You fire resistance, you take half damage.
You
They have that. That's what it is.
And with dragon fire,
That's
a lot of
that's
damage.
still a lot of damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm saying, well, like, we'll go up the door. We'll take one of my hatchets and like jam it in so the door can't close.
Try that.
you want to jury rig the door?
We take
you can try.
Why not? Yeah. What the heck?
Draw off the hinges.
Yeah. Well, that's what we did. And burn it like we did the last time.
So I would have to have somebody with, I would say, either a good dexterity, just like a finger dexterity, or a sleight of hand.
I don't know if we'll take it off the hinges, but we'll just like see if we can jam like one of the hatchets or something under the door so it can't actually.
So you're jamming under the door. Still, I'm going to need some sort of trap
I have
maneuvering.
a 3.
Oh, I see what
I
you're
have
saying.
a 4 in dexterity, 1 in sleight of hand.
I'll take sleight of hand or dexterity. It's still a hand thing.
Okay.
I have 3.
12.
So here's what happens.
I mean, I'm not like rushed or anything, right?
You open the door and you're trying to jam it in, and you just hear, "Playing with the door, are we?"
I walk away from the door.
You're like,
Well, because you had to open the door, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So when you open the door, what you see is just it's immense. Like you've never seen this kind of gold before.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a dragon, but you just hear.
Guys, the gold is talking. It's finally happened. Gold fever.
Gold fever.
Go.
Hobbit told us it was going to happen.
And then I just start smacking. Just
Is anything within reach?
You mean gold?
Yeah.
You want to steal something?
I'm just asking.
Do not steal this gold.
I am just asking if it's in reach.
As
I'm
soon
not
as you
trying-
open-
grabbed her by the back of the...
As
I'm
soon
just
as
saying.
like
Merle,
I said,
like-
there's so much gold.
Yeah.
Yes, as soon as you
Marilla
open that
likes
door,
sparkles, is
you
all.
could definitely reach down and grab something.
All right, that's just something. That's information
Throw
Merle
it
would
in.
like to have.
Yeah. So I'm thinking a hill dwarf paladin. No.
Guys, I think I can swim in this.
It's definitely very Karl Barks like.
Okay, so I've heard something's talked to me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did they all heard it? I take it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's not psychic.
Yeah,
Stop
I'm
playing
like...
with the door. Stop playing
It's
with
like...
the door.
And then
And I just like
Greg
pull out my...
you could hear it speak
you know.
again. I can hear you too.
The gold is listening, guys.
So I just pick up my hand axe and realize
Can I
this
look
isn't gonna
up?
work.
You can look up, and it looks like there used to be other floors and stuff, but it is now just like a giant chimney.
Okay.
Like this is just one giant chamber, and that other door we're talking about
The diving board at
has
the top.
so much gold and crap piled up against it. There's no way you would have been able to open that door inward.
Okay, sidebar. Do we have any chance of killing this thing, or are we trying to get the cup?
Depends on how big it is.
So we don't know at the moment.
We don't know.
No.
Okay.
But it's not a bad idea if we get a chance just to get it and run.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that could also just lead to our deaths.
Right.
Do we want to barter with them?
We might.
You can do all sorts of
We can
things.
do all sorts of
Now,
things.
I'm unfamiliar with dragons. Like, I wasn't sure that he'd be able to talk to us. Apparently he can.
Oh yeah.
So he's like Smog then, right? Like similar type thing where he's a dragon. He likes gold. He can talk and reason, and he also likes to breathe fire and eat people.
Those may be things dragons enjoy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There are different types of dragons, but this particular.
But this particular
This is a
one
gold
is
dragon, so
standard fare.
I would say, well, okay, I'm gonna make one of you. Well, he's draconic, so he might be able to tell you. Gold dragons are pretty much chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily evil, but they definitely
Okay.
don't mind killing people and eating them either.
Yeah. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I love doors.
He's like, I like my door. And you almost feel the wind swirl because you only got like what, a 12 or something. So
Yeah.
once you were all in, it just clink. And if that thing didn't even do like his hand axe just spins off into his thing like it was with such weird force that it just like the hand axe just spins and now it's part of his horde.
Take it off the list.
That was my favorite axe.
I've got two,
Kiss it every day.
but we'll just erase the times two.
You got another one. Wedge it open. So the door's shut then?
Oh, it's shut.
And we're on which side of it?
Where you're standing. Your feet are not probably touching gold.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
standing.
so we're on the inside.
Oh yeah.
We're all inside. All
I hide behind someone.
Just give me a stealth check.
So it's 16.
I love to see little things cower behind big things.
I'm hiding on that cow right
We're being tactical.
Marilla's a little bit annoyed.
It starts to chuckle.
Marilla's slightly annoyed.
It
that
enjoyed the
she's-
joke actually,
Yeah,
so you
okay,
can tell it's like
whatever, alright.
you found that humorous. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Cool. I like you.
So we represent a group who have been sent out to collect. items.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You're not one of those boring dragon cultists, are you?
Oh, absolutely not.
Not the
I'm absolutely not sir. We are a census taker.
I gotta tell you, it's like every now and then I let one in, just because they keep bothering you. You might as well have a conversation, but all they want to know is what's it like to be a dragon. Do dragons be? Would you join us on a quest where we align all the dragons together to take over the world? Here's the thing about dragons. Dragons don't like other dragons.
Also sounds pretty boring. Marilla says as she walks out from behind Tobias and starts looking at stuff. She's not touching. She's just kind of walking around and looking.
See something you like?
Not particularly. I just like sparkles.
Anybody want to roll perception at this point?
You bet somebody
if
does.
nothing else, because I want to see if we can spot wherever.
Oh,
That's
20.
So what you see is this whole time you thought they were rubies.
salamander.
Mhm.
You thought they were rubies, but then when you look, all of a sudden you see them focus.
Mm.
And then you notice that they're spaced about 4 feet apart from each other.
Nice.
And then you see maybe a little bit of the gold rustle in the
4
breath.
feet. This is a big one.
And when you look at it, it all of a sudden realizes I've been spotted. So he just lifts his chin up, and just this giant, enormous chin comes up out of the gold and is just resting.
Does he spot the brain cup? Or I guess you weren't
Yeah,
necessarily looking
Tobias.
for that, huh?
So now,
Kind of, but also just trying to see
Just
what else
perception,
is around.
okay.
Yeah.
so there's just if you can imagine it, like I said, Karl Barks amount of Donald Duck gold, and now this head has kind of propped itself out. It was completely surrounded, but now it's just kind of pulled its head out, and now there's just a head just sitting there looking at you. And now when you breathe, you can feel the air warm around you and then cool.
This is better than spiders. Not gonna lie to you.
He's like, so you don't want to worship me, which is fine.
Do
What
wanna
are you
worship
here
us?
for?
Well, as I was saying, we're part of a group that collects magical items that could be used for.
Magical items,
Yeah.
and then he kind of rolls on his side, and he's just—it's like a menagerie of random things he's passing between. Maybe this helmet.
No.
It turns you into a stone-like golem. Nothing can defeat you.
I ask if
And
the
it-
dragon wants to worship us. As I'm still kind of wandering
I just
around.
said
It
I
just starts
really
to
are-
chuckle again.
Just wandering around, looking at stuff.
He's showing us the stuff. Come on.
And then he's like, what about this one? For one who wants to be sneaky. It's just a sash. Just a sash, people say. But it makes you go invisible.
Can I try it out?
And then he passes it to the next one, and then when he does that, the paw that he passes it to disappears. And then he's just passing. It's just like a litany. It's just
Thing after
thing after thing.
Marilla starts. I don't know what Marilla
I
does.
think
Marilla was going to try to compete.
I
but
think
don't
we're
think
working
this is-
under similar charters, similar mandates. You know, just collecting things and making sure they don't fall into the wrong hands.
I don't have hands.
Well,
Just
inside
a
of,
giant
in a
talent
metaphorical
comes down.
inside of your magnificent claws.
Look, honestly, this brain cup is probably
so-
safer here than it's going to be in our house. I mean,
You know that?
Brain cup?
yeah.
Did somebody mention brain cup? And
We
all of a
heard
sudden,
tell.
you see the
There were
tail
legends.
way in the back pop up, and then it kind of like snakes around, and it hands a thing, and there
This
it
is
is.
how we get stuff done, guys. We asked
Say the
for it.
names.
And he's like, this?
I don't
And
know.
he
we've
holds
never
it up,
seen
and it's just a goblet, and on it is etched a bunch of runes, and it looks like at one point it might have been a skull, but it's now been ensconced in gold.
It's just a label maker labels
Yeah.
his brain cup.
Label maker.
He's like, I like the word brain cup.
Bejeweled.
They gave it some crappy elvish name,
They always- well,
but brain cup.
Hit them elves.
He's like, and he takes the other talent, and he barely pokes into it. I'm sure there was a brain in here at some point. He's like, every now and then you see him just fork his tongue in there. He's like, it's supposed to make you smarter. I don't get any smarter.
I can't imagine how you could. I mean, obviously.
And he's just kind of holding it, and now he's kind of holding it between his two. He's now just kind of taunting you with it.
I'm following.
We didn't
this.
want it anymore.
You want this?
We were tasked to
Not
retrieve it.
particularly. Well, don't
so,
tell him that. Marilla is just.
There's no subterfuge now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you mentioned the item, and now you're trying to be coy.
I do
Not
not
sure
know.
about it. Can we have it?
You wish to have it.
Well,
And what do you wish? What would you wish to do with such a device? I've shown you so much more magnificent.
actually, the sash was pretty cool.
I mean, there was a lot of good stuff.
Yes. All these items are magnificent, but this was the one we were
Do you have any
tasked.
cloth?
That is what we were charged
Cloth?
with.
Do I look like I need warmth?
It's fine.
and he just with that he just and smoke and fire above him, and it just feels like it's like 900 degrees, and it's not enough to kill you, but you are all instantly just
Uncomfortable.
I'm fine.
And then and with that, so he sees you shrug. And what does the fake dragon have to say?
This is, a little bit of
Merle
that
starts
dragon, but I just realized this is
You're
a
not
dragon
a
on the
real
other
dragon.
side. It doesn't have the manners that the other dragons do, and I'm just like, these are all magnificent treasures.
Do you say in Draconic, or are you still talking Common? He's
At this point, yes. Oh, yes. If he's talking in...
No, he's talking Common. I'm just wondering, if you're going to, say an aside at all. Not that you have to. I'm just wondering. Because you guys do have a language in common.
Yes. Just, start off with just rate of speech of just that, these are all magnificent treasures, but the cup is what we were tasked to receive. And then, in Draconic, something more like, you can understand that when someone gives a word, we try and do what we can.
It starts to chuckle. What language was that last language? And he's talking back in Draconic too. And to you, it sounds like it's almost like a Cockney. Right? It's kind of like when you go to England, you expect, because that's England, their English should be better. But because it's natural to him, his Draconic has a flip, almost like a Cockney. This is he's been bathed in whatever this language is, and he is trying, and he's focused. And he's like, fake dragons speak the worst Draconic.
I speak to him in thieves' can't.
He actually,
Yeah. And I tell him, what'll it take to get the cup? I ask him.
tell me a story.
All right, on Sultan. On Sultan, he's going to want you to tell him a story.
Well,
Oh, no, okay. Marilla tells the story of the time she ate an elf. Recounts how she grew up in an inn with her father, and there's a particularly harsh winter where there wasn't very many guests, and as the winter wore on, their food rations became lower and lower, and they took in an elf traveler that was injured, and she befriended him, but he eventually succumbed to his wounds, and they buried him out back. Her father went out hunting and found enough rations and found some sort of deer or something to feed them enough to make it through the winter, only to find out much later that he'd gone and dug up the elf and they had eaten it. And this is particularly harsh for Marilla. But she ends the story with, so I guess we've got that in common. We've both eaten elves.
How do you find their flavor? They're always so tall and lean, kind of stringy.
She responds to thieves' can't. Surprisingly delicious for me.
So I don't.
I didn't say it was bad. I just say it's kind of gamey. Especially you see the eyes rotate towards the wood elf.
What's being
It's
said?
almost gamey. It rotates back to you. In thieves' can't, and his thieves' can't, unlike the Draconic, which, not that it was off. The thieves' can't is perfect.
I say
nice things about me?
halflings are not necessarily... We eat a lot of food, but we're not necessarily connoisseurs.
Yeah, no one makes me fine meals either.
I guess you could say elves don't make fine meals for anyone.
It just starts to chuckle.
Accidentally in common.
Yeah, so we're both both of us are
and that was so.
What? That's a good story. It entertained me.
Okay.
Do you have something you could add to our... He's like I said, it doesn't do me any good, and it's a cup, and he puts it up to its lips. That doesn't do any drinking.
I ask permission to approach his paw, or his claw.
Okay.
It just holds it out.
Okay. I slip my headband onto one of his fingers.
And it kind of looks at it,
Did we keep any of
and it tinks at it.
the wine? Or did we sell it?
And then he just
I say, no, sing a song. And
He's like-
that's +1 to performance.
So, okay, somebody roll an idea check.
Well, because I was also thinking we got all that. We got all the tobacco.
My mind is gone blank.
Tobacco?
Oh,
Do you offer tobacco?
Yeah, I'll say, would you like I'll kind of
saw that.
actually
Isn't it?
I don't just pardon me, this is not a joke, but do you mind if I smoke? And I just like pull out the pouch. And would you care for some, just of the tobacco we have? I take a little bit. I do like I did last time. Just kind of put it there and just kind of slowly light it and just kind of when it changes. The
So it
color.
reaches back.
Do I get my headband back? Does he not want it?
He doesn't. Because it's made with like a copper button or something. It's the wrong material. And just gonna drink. Yeah.
This is
So he reaches back, and out comes this amazing hookah, like that you have never seen. Like it has so many pipes, and it is all in gold. And you don't know how it was hiding in the gold. Like it is so tall. Like it is.
How did
tall as
Sultan
a
miss a hookah?
And like
Yeah.
he rolled a 1 in an idea check.
What creatures do you see? Ash zombies, a
Because
dragon, and a
when I was asking if somebody was gonna act. This is
This is what you wanted.
yeah, right. But so I got to skip the fact that Sultan was going to offer up like a pelt or something.
I got a rabbit.
So out comes this hookah, and then he thinks for a second. Did any of you bring water?
Yeah. I mean, we got a water skin.
Canteens, right?
So yeah, so he kind of points towards the valve.
Oh, okay. So he goes. So I'm about ready to do this myself, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not exactly the expert on this thing, and I just turn to us and it's like,
Do your
you help us out with this. You have a better.
Allow me.
Yes, please. I bow to your superior knowledge.
Start to inspect the overall apparatus and finding it in good condition. This is phenomenal. Where did you get this?
Would you believe I ate a cleric?
I
Yes.
would believe that you ate a cleric.
This cleric was guarding some holy temple. They smoked some sort of divine herb. I don't know what it was, but they all reeked of it. I dreamt for a mile.
Oh,
I could, I swear I could see my own death. Thousands of years in the future as I laid there glaring at the sun.
Oh, wow. That sounds
Probably
amazing.
shouldn't look at the
Where was
sun,
this?
I don't think it's there anymore. But they had dinosaurs.
Oh, probably not.
Doesn't ring a bell. But it's good to know. All right. So everything seems to be ready. He pours in water, gets all the apparatus together, puts in a large amount of the weed, lights it, gets everything bubbling and going.
So the dragon tries to go toward the and then he looks at the little one. Would you mind? And he opens up his mouth just a little bit.
Sure thing, pal. And thieves can't.
So you're just gonna put it in his mouth.
Pop it in there.
And you just, and when he sucks in, it feels like all the air is being sucked out of the room.
Yeah.
And the hookah, like you've never seen, like you think the gold is going to melt, and then it's just. You thought when Shmi smoked that he had a red button. It is just this red plume straight out the top.
Oh, this is fun, guys.
And he just sits there and he rolls over, lays his head down. He's like, it's not as good as what those clerics had.
No.
But it really does something. He's like, how much of that do you have?
Got a fair amount.
Yeah, we have. I'm just not. I got this bag.
And so he kind of holds it, and he holds the cup. This weed makes me dumber. And this makes me smarter. But it doesn't make me that much smarter. And this doesn't make me that much dumber. And he holds out the cup.
Oh.
Nice. So we'll
Take the cup.
Sidebar, I don't want the dragon to hear this. We did fill our personal pouches, right? Like that was something we did at the
No,
place.
I don't think
you said
so.
Are you sure?
that.
I was the only one. But I've just pretty much passed it on,
Okay,
so I'm more
sure,
than willing
sure.
to say, hey, yeah, we just all
Pretty much
dumped it
we've
in there.
given
That's
him
fine.
everything.
That's perfectly cool. I'm cool with that.
You're lucky I ate before you came in.
Yeah, we can.
That is
Preloaded.
very, very true.
I'm not filling.
And then, actually, if I may, I do have one more question on another matter.
And its snout just kind of angles towards you and leans in. Like it is like...
Yeah.
Ask fake dragon.
In the city, I was attacked and slew a whole bunch of people that don't like dragons. And do you recognize who this dagger belongs to? And I pull out one of the 3 daggers that I took from one of them. And fortunately, I don't know if I should technically be asking you about the story-wise, but it just seems like too good of an opportunity for an old dragon that might recognize.
Someone who hates dragons?
Yeah.
So they liked you a lot.
No. And they're dead because of it.
Oh, well, I can't fault them for hating you. But no, they don't mean a lot to me.
Okay.
Only dragon cultists I get here that love me. And you swear that in its talons it does air quotes. Because it's feeling the effects of the weed. It's like, loves me.
I like him. We should make him an ally.
Exactly.
We should just, like, when we get back, we should buy another pack and have it just sent up with our compliments, you know.
Who's going to deliver it?
I need you to take this to the gold dragon
cult.
tower.
You're one of the dragon cultists.
Well, it's been good doing business with you, and
What's your name?
yeah,
My name's Marilla.
I've been called so many things over the years.
what's your favorite name?
Massiveness.
Massiveness. It's fitting.
The hot one.
Not-
Eternal
not as-
Flame.
Not as creative. That one's better.
But they go by Gold Fang. And that is the name my mother gave me.
It's nice.
Which is fine because she killed my father. His name was less good.
It's not a very good
Was
name.
it less good, or that was the adjective you used for it?
It was gold teeth.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, not as good.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I do have another name, but unless you speak Draconic, which no one here does, you wouldn't understand.
Just sit here and just go, this is not the place that you bring this up. This is not the dragon you do that to. You just sit there and eat crap. It's just burned.
Yeah, well, it's been great doing business with you, Goldfang, and your massiveness, the Eternal Flame. I'm glad that we could come to an equitable.
I toss a gold coin onto the pile.
That's nice of you.
You think you might have seen eye flick towards it, like to check to see if it was gold or not, and then it doesn't even. But
It's fine.
Thank you, Major Boy.
so
get yourself something
you
nice.
feel kind of a sucking feeling, and the door swings open.
Oh, nice.
If
Thank you very much.
you have any more stories or any more, he has that kind of still stuck in his craw. Takes another big puff,
Wind flesh.
and now it's coming out the door, and like it's just everywhere. Shmi is just in the corner.
Oh yeah, no,
breathing it in.
we're all having a much better time.
I was way more
This
relaxed
was
than I
nice.
should have been.
Let's go tell the man guarding the city that he is a nice dragon.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Oh, I fully intend to tell the dragon cultist people that he really likes this stuff. So maybe if you buy it and bring it to him,
You're helping the dragon cultist.
it's not gonna help him. It's helping the dragon. They'll bring him a steady
Did you not
supply.
hear the part about aligning all dragons to take over the world?
Yeah, but if that's how they're going to align them, nothing's going to get done.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He lets you out.
We're going to just
Okay.
go out. Got the cop.
As soon as you leave,
Goodbye.
Just close.
Farewell. Love you, music. Alright.
Well,
So now we head back to buy more tobacco.
Yeah, it's
send him a gift.
refill our
Thank you for not
tobacco.
killing us. Yeah. He didn't ask for
Well, like
more,
I said, I think we could probably convince the dragon cultist to deliver it for us
I think
if we send him a gift.
I think we use him as an ally in the future, and we know what to bring him when we have questions.
that. Yeah.
one of a few
Yeah.
different things. We start figuring out
And
what
just
he
keep
likes.
an eye out for large
So-
quantities of good stuff that we
So
can bring him.
now that one of you is holding on to, so I think Marilla has. Now that one of you is holding
Yeah, I
on,
think-
Yeah, I take a sip
Yeah.
out of it.
whoever has the goblet,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden you see this like shimmering next to you, and
Nice.
woof, and a poof. So you're in like this empty spot where the dragon gold used to be, and this beautiful elven maiden is next to you. I see you got the goblet, and then poof, it's an ugly dwarf.
Oh.
Can I? Good
You-
job, you
you-
did it.
How did you get here?
Oh, so sorry, what's the house name?
Athelios.
Athelios has been working really hard on this. He calls it teleportation.
So all of us, or just
So he takes out. It's a little ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to give this. I only have one right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's working on more. I'm wearing the other one, and then poof, his hand changes to something. I can't really hold it. He kind of bound it to me, so it looks like I'm wearing it. Poof, but I'm not really.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like it. So he hands over the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He said something about once per week. I think you can focus on it,
Okay.
and it will take you back.
Nice.
I was really hoping to get a sip out of that cup before we go.
Well, yeah, I hand Newhart the cup then. And yeah, here's the cup. And,
You just call him.
He kind of has like some sort of. It looks like because he can't really hold on to it. So apparently Athelios has made him some weird carrying container.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of holds that out.
Put it in there.
So it kind of he's like, well, you can come back and this is amazing.
Yeah.
So you killed the dragon?
Well, it was more of a business transaction. You know, when you really talk, take the time to listen. Both parties can find an equitable solution that
So
satisfies both
you
parties.
bribed the dragon.
You totally bribed the dragon. We got
That
somewhat high.
oh, that color we gave Athelios.
Yeah.
He's been asking about it.
Super. We'll bring some back.
We're getting the entire country.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
Well,
so much business.
Athelios will be. I mean, we've been looking for this cup.
Yeah.
And a dragon you can talk to is always,
Yeah.
I think, a win.
Yeah. I think we've established a good rapport with the.
Well, okay.
thing.
Job well done. You guys are already one of our our elite groups.
Wow. That's
Anytime you come in contact with a dragon and aren't dead,
yeah. Hey.
not dead, dragon. Oh man,
Yeah.
Top of the line.
he must have loved you.
Oh yeah.
And now he actually is a dragonborn woman now.
I wouldn't bother him now though.
It's like okay.
We don't want to wear out our welcome.
No.
So and all of a sudden he just
Oh. Hey. That was cool.
he's
So,
gone.
Newhart was here.
I would like to have a sip out of that
Like,
cup. Now Marilla's freaking
No.
out because the cup's gone.
Yeah.
Did I see anything that happened?
Yeah, you saw it all. You could have
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about
I think
it.
we were all there. That's
He
why
wasn't
I kept
hiding.
talking.
Then Marilla is just disappointed. Not freaking out.
So
I'll get you another cup.
you guys now have a
Still be
teleportation
smarter.
ring, and like Newhart said, once a week
Mm-hmm.
they can transport you instantaneously
Give me that ring.
And that's back to
back to the clubhouse, or from the clubhouse to somewhere you've been before.
okay.
Ooh, okay.
So it's a
you're
mark
fr-
and recall. All right.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So
But just one of us. We just got one ring.
no, it has like a range. So like stuff
Oh,
you're touching.
okay, okay.
So like, say if you're in the cart and everyone's in the cart with you, you and everything, you can all go there.
Okay, so we can head to the clubhouse, wait a week, and then use it again to go anywhere we've been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, I think it works if you're at the clubhouse. You can go.
You
okay.
you get a round trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that'll be useful because at some point I got to talk to them too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Okay.
That's why Newhart was able to go.
yeah,
He used his round trip, except he went the other way.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I like
Cool.
it. I like it a lot.
So you are now in the middle of a dragon burned downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's a treasure here.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's dragon cultists here,
Mm-hmm.
and there also might be some spiders and ash zombies.
Yeah.
What is your next move?
We might as well find the treasure. We're not going to have to worry about the dragon as long as we don't do anything. I think to his tower won't hurt us. We're here.
It's true.
Let's start looking, and I'll be more than happy to use my spells now.
It's true.
The dragon loved.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
It's good friends. Good times.
No, we were.
All right.
Good times.
So you guys. So when you come out the door, you look into. There's another building, and now that you're out, you see more cultists, and they're talking, and they see that you are alive, and they saw a flash, so they come towards you, and they're like, "Oh, did you talk to Goldfang?"
Guys, we could have our own cult.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
And you're all, who talked to him?
All of us.
We all did.
Primarily.
So when that happened, one in particular pulls out, and he's like, "So, you all were able to talk to that is amazing. A group who've only at best have been able to do one. I am Fabric. I lead these cultists. We call ourselves. It's unimaginative, I know, but we worship dragons, so we're a dragon cult." And
branding's a lot. But
we're scouring the world looking for dragons willing to talk. Because they're so great. Wouldn't you want them to lead us? Just an army of dragons leading the world.
Oh yeah, he's a peach.
Marilla's eyes are just like...
Well, we're all eyes are bloodshot
Yeah,
red.
I know.
So,
Also, what was that smoke? I thought maybe you were sending out a flare for reinforcements, or...
That was him sending his wisdom into the universe.
it was a blessing to all mankind.
And you look up and you just see it again.
there you go. It's just blessing everybody again.
Probably safe to go take whatever we want right now.
Dead to the world. Yeah, he's fine. I don't know if I want him running the world necessarily, but
Why wouldn't you want someone so eminent?
And then I go, shouldn't I kind of do the whole getting close? That's our cover. He wants us to do something quietly for him. If we just proclaim to everyone how great he is, they would take notice. But if we're quiet about it, we can do his will.
I had never got the impression that he was hiding.
I'm sorry. How many times have you talked to Goldfang?
Whoa, yeah, hey.
Personally, just initial contact.
We had a pretty deep conversation.
Yeah,
I was giving some secrets. He was giving some secrets.
And I'm not
There's a lot of
saying he's
secret
hiding.
swapping.
I'm saying he wanted us to do something quietly for him in the outer world.
What was that? Maybe we can help you.
Well,
There's a lot of us.
It was...
we're looking for an apothecary.
no. It was to
Encourage them all to
find
leave.
a stone that is in the southern hills.
Southern hills?
Was it the Southern Hills, or did you mean the Sword Mountains?
Southern.
Well, we said the hills south of here,
South of
right?
here, yeah, so the Sword Mountains.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a black stone.
Mm-hmm.
He said it had special powers.
Yeah.
You do it
Apparently,
inside.
if you look at it just right in the light, you can see a twisting dragon.
Okay, I'm going to need a deception roll.
What?
This has been excellent, but I'm going to need a deception roll.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
It looks pretty good.
7.
7.
Well, you were helping, so I'll let you lend... Because you were helping with the South Hills part. No.
Oh, well. I loved our idea.
That's such a good idea. It's the problem with Dungeons and Dragons.
He's like... If he's just looking for a rock in a mountains, wouldn't he just fly there and get it? I mean, that's kind of what he does.
I'm sorry. Are you questioning Goldfang?
No, I'm questioning you.
Did you see it? We were in there.
Unhooking the strap.
We went in there. Everyone saw it. This guy
No one
it.
saw you go in. You just said you went in. The only proof we have you went in there is that there's red smoke now, which we're pretty sure was from you. But
Well, if you don't want to help us,
Yeah.
that's fine. We'll be on our way.
Yes, nothing to see here. We have nothing.
and he's like, I'm not sure I want to let you go.
We will
Yeah.
kill you if you start anything.
No, no, let's not.
How many
let's
are
not.
there?
Let's not be bravado. You know what? You caught us. We didn't go in. We made it all up. Haha. We're a comedy troupe. And
Oh, there's only 5 of them.
it's true.
Marilla says out loud.
There's only 5 of them. Okay.
So when you say there's only 5 of them,
The other 5 show up.
Oh, really?
Besides, Goldfang has our back.
You just hear laughing.
just a cackle.
Start speaking Draconian.
So the cultists, they all
Yeah, I just kind of mutter back in his direction and
they all
Draconian,
she's
am I really the worst one here?
They what?
Oh, you speak Draconic?
Yeah, back to him. Just, you really think I'm the worst one here? just,
Yes. Your kind is a blight upon the earth.
Oh, hey. So.
He is our friend.
I still go, burn. What did you say?
Alright, yeah, so you got cultists. 5 of them.
They're
5
gonna
of them.
fight us?
Oh yeah, once you said there's only 5 of them, they assume that's the plan.
Alright, well, Marilla kind of laughs a little bit.
Alright, roll initiative.
The combat monster. I don't use that dice.
0.
Did you get 0? Well, did you get a effective 0 or did you get?
Yeah,
I rolled a 1 and then I subtract my 1.
Oh,
I got 0.
you got a 1.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
you technically can't get.
You can't. You always get 1.
I got 11.
11.
I got 11 as well.
Which one of you has higher dex?
I have a dex of 16.
I
So plus 3.
the dex
13.
13.
I have that dex.
Yes. Make sure you leave that space between me and
Yeah.
right.
Alright,
Big hole of shame.
so Insultant, it's your
Okay. So there's 5 of them. How close of them are they together to each other?
It's
pretty
like
close.
his last comment really annoyed me more. I was so focused on his comment, I didn't even realize combat had started.
You know, that really hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm gonna do Hail of Thorns,
Oh.
and then I'm going to fire at the leader, Fabric. So it'll be 18 for the first one, and a natural 20 for the second. So the first one has Hail of Thorns. So 7, and then everyone around within 5 feet of him takes 10 points of damage.
So how much did he take?
So he takes 7,
Well, and you got the
and
second.
then the
yeah.
natural 20. So I get to
Oh,
roll
go ahead
this.
and that.
This-
That's 1. So 4 plus 5, and then it's critical, so I get to do it again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All dice rolls you get to do twice.
Yeah, so that's 6. So that's 15 plus 4 for 19.
So 19 plus
10.
7.
So 19 plus 7.
So here's what happens. Is this a spell you cast?
It's one of my spells.
Okay,
The
so
power of the dragon.
the
So it
first
goes out
one
and wraps guys.
hits him, and when you hit it, because it goes out from there and wraps guys, it churns him up like a blender. like it hits him, and then all the spires just come out, and they are holding their scimitars like they're just going to get it on, and it just eviscerates all of them. And in front of you is this massive pile of man goo, and it just all falls in. Like, these guys thought they were ready, but all they've been fighting is those stupid twig things and some big spiders.
They were children.
They had no idea what.
Oh my god!
They don't know what a level 6 ranger can do. And
I didn't know what a level 6 ranger could do.
I made him like a head evil mage. He's only 22 damage. So it's just a pile of goo, and they only had 9 hit points. And you did 10, so you did just enough, just to like in very anime style, like tangles come out and just right in the gut, and they all just stand there, and then they look down, And then
Marilla's laughing.
It all just falls.
So I just kind of turn to you and look at you, kind of slightly stunned. You go, "Why haven't you done that before?"
I didn't know I could. I didn't know.
So Shmi,
Feel bad.
Is there anything
No,
else
Marilla's-
left standing?
so Shmi's like, I guess we loot the bodies.
Yeah, Marilla's taking
Don't
some
you mean the pile of soup?
You are welcome to them.
Sir.
Yeah,
wanna
I
go
guess
back
if there's anything interesting,
to
but
the
beyond that.
baths, and I want to soak. I don't want to think about today anymore. There were spiders, and then this happened.
Look, Consult, I think they're having a worse day than you are.
There's no doubt.
Oh.
That was awesome.
Wow.
So I'm looking
I'd have
for.
taken their robes, but...
Sorry.
You could definitely have one. I'm trying to look up what they had on them. They do have treasure, actually.
They should be in there.
I know. That's what I'm trying to find them.
They're in the back.
Oh, here we go. Cultic. Oh, so they just had normal. Like I said, they had scimitars.
Mm-hmm.
Shmi's gonna kick those around. No one wants a scimitar.
No.
He had a small container containing tribute for the great, so he has 3 diamonds.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. I'll take
So
them.
each one's worth 3 gold, or 100 gold, sorry. So 300 gold. And then a potion of flying is around his neck. And you know that because apparently, like I said, these guys are morons and literally is labeled potion of flying.
From that label maker
Yeah.
from earlier.
Yeah, careful. That might be a homebrew.
And you start looking, and you can see little tags. They actually even labeled their robes.
Yeah, you
See,
inside
so-
it says Dragon Cultist Robe.
Bob's Dragon
Bob's.
Cultist Robe.
And also there's like a pamphlet.
Yeah.
And it's like how great it would be for dragons to rule the world. Just,
Make Faerun Dragon again.
yeah. Just make, yeah, great.
That's
Around
bad.
a
That
little
is so
something for the
bad.
dragon in that.
We need that T-shirt.
So,
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sidestep the soup. The soup. And yeah, we'll go look for the apothecary shop.
so you see that south of you, there seems to be another cluster of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Check out the cluster of stuff.
Yeah, in that direction.
So roll a perception.
3.
You don't see anything. Oh, yeah, you can roll too.
Also roll perception. So that's a 20.
So the twig blights saw what you guys just did to the cultist, and you can see them again, kind of like what happened when you guys annihilated them in the cart. There's a lot of them, but they're kind of they don't want any of that. Apparently, we're talking about alpha predators, and they're like, no.
It's good to be an alpha predator.
So you come down to the cluster, and you think. I mean, you see what looks like, I don't know, like it looks like knitting needles on one of them, and then you see one that has, and then you see one that looks like, you know, when you have like what are the mortar and pistol, it has that on the front.
Okay. Well, that would probably make the most sense.
Needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 wizard wands.
Exactly. That one.
Go to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
So we'll
mortar
go in
and
there and
pestle.
start.
So
yeah.
you're just gonna go in.
Well, I mean, we got lights in, slowly look in, open the door slowly, see what's going on.
Is there a window? Can we look in the window?
I would.
Well, he opened the door.
He opened the door.
I'm going with
Well-
I'm going with the first thing that was
Marilla's
said.
hanging
Actually,
back.
that wasn't the first thing. I said first lights on, look in, like windows, and then open a door.
You said lights on.
So light.
Yeah,
lights
like-
is
Oh,
sword.
okay. Lights on. Open the door. You open it up. There's a shadowy figure. He's been sitting there. He's like, I've been watching you guys.
Cool.
It's like
You've
you
been
guys just meandering around, causing chaos and destruction. Your brother's so proud.
That's fair. We are getting turned a little bit chaotic. I don't know about this whole neutral thing. Who are you?
I was sent to keep tabs on you after you disrupted us at the Echo Cave, which is fine. Because we'll go back there eventually, especially once those dwarves get it working again. It'll be so great. You guys have done so much good work. Even you put Tobin, who's obviously easy to be bought and in charge of the town.
I did get that impression.
You've shown us how to make the dragon happy.
Oh, yeah.
You have been our greatest asset.
Good. Good. Who are you?
He just chuckles. He's like,
Why is everyone laughing at us?
what you're looking at is
Hey.
here. And then he just fades.
Oh,
Alright, well, that's that.
great. That's good.
You guys want to roll anything, like an investigate?
Yeah,
I'm
guess
guessing
do a
he probably doesn't
perception.
actually have real teleportation. If you guys,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well,
I'll
you could do
roll
a detect
investigate.
magic. Let's cast a detect magic.
oh, you want to cast? Sure, you can cast
Yeah.
that magic. Absolutely.
He's just right there.
Yeah, he's literally heading for the door.
I just gotta step in front of the door. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
So, okay.
Marilla hides behind Tobias.
Just a sec. So he strikes out.
With his anger.
Rude.
With his words.
This is where I was just about to do that. And they are hurtful.
They are so hurtful.
So he's 17, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 hits.
Ooh.
2, 6. So you take 16 damage.
Oh,
So 2 daggers come out of the shadows and just jab into your sides.
Wow.
He's a good rogue.
But he's doing it from in front.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, so that's the way it's gonna be.
Once you stepped in his way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Breathe some fire on him.
Oh.
Let's roll for initiative.
Yeah.
There you go. You got 5.
I got 5. Actually, it's 4 because
I also got a 4.
I got a 16.
So you got a lot of force. I'm guessing Marilla is a 4 ahead.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 4.
And then what'd you get?
16.
Shmi got a 6. Oh, okay.
Shmee.
So Shmi's gonna go up here. He's gonna go right in the middle.
Okay. I was gonna allow Tobias to shoot fire in his face, but
not with this. So
no.
I'm gonna need another D.
So I'm going to do last spell here. Do Hunter's Mark on him
Bring
for
out
my
the
bonus,
big guns.
and then I'm gonna do 2 attacks. Nobody stabs my friend except me. Oh, 1 hit. And 18.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's 2 hits. So we're gonna do 1. So that's 4. And then 5. Plus I get to do an extra d6. 4. It's just straight d6 for 3. So that was 4, 5, 9 plus 3, so 12.
Oh, that ends up being 12.
Yep.
Shmi's gonna ask, do we want to keep this guy alive? Do we want to interrogate him, or are we just murdering him for murdering?
Tried to keep him alive.
If it happens, but I'm pissed at this point. After everything else is there.
Okay, so Shmi,
Really?
Just eat him.
I'm trying not to use all my special attacks. It's just the Shmi killing NPC crew, but those are 2 hits. Those are hits.
I mean, if he gets down and we can.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to make.
5,
To
10.
If he works for the spider and he's
Well, you
high
say
up,
your
he's probably not
attacks.
going to say anything.
So once you do that, Shmi comes down with his sword, and since he's behind him and he gets his 2 attacks, Shmi just shoulder through waist and bifurcates the guy.
Oh, that was quick work.
Answer the questions.
Like, and your head just slides off.
You don't have a lot of
and then-
time.
Yeah, like 1 breath. Say your name.
And then just blood splurts out of both halves. It's just a prank, bro.
So, do we recognize him?
I
No.
doubt it.
Okay.
No, but we'll
It's a
search
black
for
spider.
anything of particular use.
Yeah.
So you look, and it looks like he has a bunch of used scrolls. Like somebody had outfitted him with a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
One of them's invisibility, obviously. Apparently, he had a lot of those. So apparently, he's been invisible and checking up on your progress.
Well, let's see what
He also
we
seemed to
have.
have some sort of box. You're guessing must be some sort of password, so he could scribe back and forth.
That's a shame. I was gonna say.
Is there a way we could leave a message on it?
You can talk into it, and see what happens.
Yes, nice try.
Yeah. Nice try, mother.
Yeah, Idiocaya.
I got a machine gun now.
I don't know who you are.
No, I'm not gonna talk into the box.
No.
How many scrolls does he have, or has he used them all?
He has one scroll of invisibility left.
Okay. He's got another, like, anything else that's identifying anyway.
It's just random daggers and
Okay.
then black robes.
Yeah, I wasn't so much about the gear, but anything else of either papers or tattoos.
No, the
or,
box is probably the only
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
I mean, if you were magically, mechanically inclined, you might be able to reverse engineer it, but that's none of your guys' skill
No.
set.
We'll just take that back when we go back to our friends. We'll ask them about it. Yeah. So, okay. And then I guess from there we'll start. I don't remember specifically where or what the instructions said from
It was buried under the main counter.
buried on the main counter. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tobias, start digging.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I'll just go there, look around for something loose, and if I can't use them, I'll just kind of pry up. And...
Oh yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's just that's where it is.
It's a big X.
They'll never find it because we'll paint over the edges.
So what you find is a little black box. It's just an old farmer's box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's in it?
So once you flip it
Farmer.
open, you find
An old tiny farmer.
An old farmer.
it's a really nice necklace, and in it is a flawless ruby.
Well, that would look very nice on me.
You
Closed.
aren't experts, but you're thinking it's probably worth about 200 gold.
Okay. It's about 500 gold. So
Mhm.
100 for each once we get back. So, okay.
Cool.
Yes, 100 for each. Not 200 for Shmi, 100 for the rest of you.
Yes.
So as you make your way back, like I said, what's out there now is pretty much just spiders and whatever, and you guys, like everything saw you take out the cultists, and they're just like skittering back.
Yeah, I think we've done what we need to do here, short of killing the dragon, which isn't going to happen.
No, not
yet
this
anyway.
one.
So as you come back, Rydoth sees you coming, and you're not dead, obviously, and you are just covered in spider blood, and you are shaken by apparently an unknown power that it's like he's like, well, you're all alive. How was the dragon?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, still alive.
Well, of course he's still alive.
But at least he's very mellow right now. You won't have to worry about him for a couple of days.
Is that what the smoke is?
Yes.
We should have kept.
And he kind of looks. Is that the frog color weed?
Yes, it is.
He's like, I have nothing to give you, but I would
Do we have-
murder something for you.
Do we have
Some
any
sort of
left?
small
Or-
pleasure
No,
would
because I
be-
gave my pouch. I put my
Yeah.
pouch back in, didn't I?
Yeah, you added it to the pouch.
Shmi, you see Shmi just like, and then hand it.
Nice.
Ah,
No.
ah, Shmi. Had a gold.
It's
Nice.
just,
We
and
should.
it's just green because he's a druid, right? It's just green smoke.
Mhm.
He's like, oh man, my dad never let me smoke it when I was a kid, but now I see why he smoked in the backyard like nonstop,
All the time.
just all the time.
Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it? I
We
hear-
should have kept a dragon cultist and made him take over the vows for this guy.
Oh, yeah. Now you think of
You
it.
shouldn't have killed
Before I
him.
murdered everyone in complete
We can always
happenstance.
go try to do this anymore. Well,
Yeah, we haven't checked. the
Somebody give an
barracks.
idea roll.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some left at the barracks. We don't know if there's all of them there.
What,
It's the
what
one
do I
guy.
roll for idea? Is that a specific rule?
I just want a D20. I just want a D20.
Here we are.
Oh.
Yep.
Why doesn't somebody else
Yeah,
roll?
Andy, why don't you use that one? Don't use that one.
13?
31.
31.
Okay, let's see what Sean gets.
All right. Nope. No, we have no idea.
So with a 13, Marilla goes, who's in charge if there's nobody left? Wouldn't the last member of the town be in charge?
Oh yeah. Because you know, if
I'm gonna roll another
population
idea
of one.
roll.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I mean, so
He's protecting the town, right?
Yeah, but he can't be released from thing until the leader says he's fulfilled his...
Oh, the leader has to say he's fulfilled it.
no. The question is, because you slaughtered them all. Are you now the leader? And if you just say you're
Not the leader of the town necessarily.
But he's not.
He's the leader
He's
of
not
the
a
town.
member of the town. But who's the leader of the town?
Who's the guy?
Yeah.
The guy is, so
the guy's the leader of the town.
release yourself, Genie.
He just looks at you and his face just blanks.
Oh no.
Like, what? Say that again?
You're the leader.
You're the only
thinks
member
about
of the
it,
town.
and he lands on his knees and puts his hands. He's like, oh my gosh. Of course I am.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's like,
I have days like that all the time.
he's like, you never know. You take over a town when you're 12. You don't realize that you could possibly be the leader. I'm such an idiot.
You've been doing
Yeah.
this a long time.
Wow. 12. That's
Your
a
whole
lot of-
life is
I mean,
gone.
Yeah. Don't.
And all of a sudden, he just kind of starts crying angry tears, and he's like,
you should keep smoking.
I release you. And you see him march towards the farm. Like, he's just marching.
I hope
Go.
I hope this works.
Go.
Run,
And he puts his hand a little bit, and then he puts it a little further, and then he starts walking, and then he kind of lunges forward, and then he just starts making dirt angels on the other side of the line.
That's pretty gross.
It's so beautiful, little tear. Just kind of.
Make the dream happen.
You're embarrassing yourself.
So, hey, you want to ride to the Ozone?
He runs towards your cart, and he just jumps in the back.
It's not free.
Get in the
I
car.
kid. Come on.
Get in the car.
And he is as giddy as you can get.
Sweet.
So we'll take him with us.
We'll take him back to the Ozone.
I think that about wraps it up.
Wow, we've done so much good.
I'm guessing you guys are buying more weed.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll buy him something. Yeah, maybe.
Are we getting the nice stuff again?
He's out of the reserve. You're just buying normal weed at this
Okay.
point. So you relate your story about a dragon that you got high.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
And
Points.
maybe mention that we would like to
Right,
maybe
that's
get
on.
some of that reserve when we can for special occasions.
Well, so Frog Rumps goes, Dragon's a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna need a new logo. You can see marketing opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we're willing
And
to.
just so you know, that is trademarked here, but we'll be very generous.
Marilla's willing to deliver for a percentage too
To the dragon?
to the dragon.
Shmi's
Every
like,
now and
you're
then.
on your own.
Yeah.
That's a
You
good
know, I
idea.
think we had a real bond.
Shmi kind of mentions, what if he hasn't eaten before you deliver it?
Yeah. You don't want
Just gotta make sure you have the
Well, send
cultists
them
bring
a
it
few
in.
cultists
Yeah,
first,
he says.
yeah.
to. I don't
They're
know.
a dime a dozen.
I don't know if there's any more cold.
We've seen it.
They'll be back eventually.
All right, so yeah, you guys are free. Take a long rest. You get to heal your many wounds.
Many
Why
wounds.
not a long rest?
Yeah, why not a long rest? Your tents have just been made, so you get the same tents you were in.
All right.
Even though it takes you all day, you know, apparently they were cleaning them, and then
Yeah.
now they're like, oh, they're back just a day later. So yeah,
They're already doing like a funeral service. Soul Forge, prepare the new. Oh, hi. Nice.
All right.
Well, thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
thanks to nobody that watched. That was great. Looks like the thing turned on the whole time this time, so hopefully when you watch it on Plumpy Thimble, you have the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, night everybody.
Not
Night.